What's up, everybody? This is Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and you are watching Ranger Wrap Up. Uysa!
What's up, Ranger fans? It's Saturday. It's been a while. We've all been gone, been doing some big stuff, but we're back, especially on a weekend like this because there's been a ton of Power Ranger news coming out, and the person releasing the news is the Illuminerdi. So you guys, we can't let everybody else be talking about it, except for the person that actually puts it out, right? So we got, Joe's not here today, but we have Daniel, and Daniel, it's been months. I've been aching.
Look at that cup.
I know, bro.
I know,
what?
Hey,
That's fancy.
Well, that kind of looks like something.
Yeah.
Huh?
But Daniel, you gotta do something
Yeah,
for
it
me.
looks like All Might.
It does. Daniel, you gotta do something
It's
for
just
me.
the Haitian flag. I know. As you said it, I was trying to burn time and pull it up.
It's been like 6 months since I heard some AKAs. I know a lot of people have been aching for the AKAs. Daniel, you got that up? I mean, I should. You know what? If me being as long as we've worked together, you'd think that I'd memorize it by now. But I'm not gonna take that opportunity away from you from doing it.
That is true. Oh God, I think I have some really good ones. Right?
Okay, here we go.
Okay, all right. Hey everybody, holla at your boy. It's me, Daniel Jerome, aka Battlestar Galactica. That's right. And as you know me, I guess the best way to say it would be to aka make your
He can't even finish it.
aka make you lose your shit. AKA flat tummy tea, AKA Chuck Luggage, AKA Never Catch a Case, You see what's happening here? I'm saying one and throwing it to the no. Okay, fine. AKA the Inglewood Innovator. So let's go with those for today.
And we have a special guest. He's a special guest, but he's been part of the team for a while, and we've wanted to get a little bit of a different take on the Power Ranger news, only because I feel like me and Daniel have been in this for a really long time, and there may be some things that either we're not catching or some things that we're not excited about that others are excited about. So we brought Kevin Phoenix Ness here. What's up, Kevin?
Not much. Yeah, I'm in the Power Rangers, but when I met y'all, I was like, oh, I'm not that into Power Rangers.
No, it's not us though. We're pretty. Me and Daniel are pretty laid back, or not laid back, but pretty chill with Power Rangers. I mean, JD, he's got the info. He's like an encyclopedia of Power Rangers.
Well, JD is the guy that made us even have to cover it and become what we are within Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Joe was like, I don't really want to go to Morphicon, and JD was like, we have to go and we have to cover it, and so he went. And Joe just fell in love with the stuff. So
that's how it started. But I mean, we have
fell back in love with it. So whatever.
Yeah, so we have a ton of Power Ranger news. I know Kevin has been on the forefront on it because he's one of the editors over at the website. And I mean, from your perspective, Kevin, as far as the news that comes out, Power Ranger news versus other news, what do you see when Power Ranger news comes out versus other news that we put out?
I see everyone just mad. I was just like, "Why are you mad at us? We just report news. We got a tip. We check the source. All right, it's legit.
Yeah,
put it out."
I think
we make sure not to it's because for the most part, it's all advertising for Power Rangers. All news is, especially in entertainment, in a sense, is advertising. We do our best to not break anything. But I guess some of the news, if you release it too early, changes deals. Deals change.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But I think for the most part, this grip of news that we had, we're already getting some confirmations on it, just from like eagle eye Power Ranger fans, putting it together like, oh, that makes sense. This is this, but we'll get into that a little bit of that later. But for sure, like it's definitely different than like Marvel news or DCU news. It's hard to get used to it. Like you want to say DCEU.
Everyone's attacking us and not the news. That's
yeah.
what it's.
Yeah. Well, and for just to put into perspective for you, this that Power Rangers is basically an adaptation of Japanese Super Sentai, and that has been the format since 1993, from Zyu Ranger to now. So a lot of people are just really attached to that format and attached to like trying to watch Super Sentai in what ways they do, and then waiting for that adaptation later. So like when Cosmic Fury came out and they're talking about, oh, we're gonna adapt the Zords from Q Ranger, but we're gonna do a little original filming and original suits, original characters, original story. People got a little bit mad about that. So that's where that came from, and our point of view is that anything new that Power Rangers can do to make them more appealing to new audiences is it's good for us. Like it's good. Like I think it's a good idea. But a lot of Ranger fans want to keep that same formula that isn't quite working, and it based on like the news from Hasbro and their earnings, it's showing that it's not working. So I don't know. I think it's just people very connected to the old way.
I looked at it, I was like, why are these people so angry? So I like checked their accounts. Like in some of those accounts though, it's like, all right, they're really upset that like they're not using Sentai, but also like they like the Omega Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, like dude, it's inspired by Sentai. It has a deep attachment to the Sentai, but also it's not Sentai.
No,
it's like hard not Sentai.
No,
like Sentai has episodes where they make fun of our version of it. Like,
yeah, that's right.
And there's episodes where like, what was it in like what was it, Dino
Charge?
Dino Storm, the one when Tommy came back.
Oh, Dino Thunder.
They watched a Sentai episode of themselves, and it's
that was hilarious.
That was pretty good. Yeah,
it's like very they're connected, but still very separate. Like very,
they're very
on the opposite side of a fence or wall, even. And so it's
one is paying homage to the other, but it's not the same. It's that's it. And like dude, like you were saying, like Sentai has episodes, literally a full episode, pretty much just celebrating baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of the best episodes of the series, in being a one shot, like one that didn't carry over. And I was like, oh my gosh, this was really good. Like, but I mean, that's Q Ranger. Q Ranger was a really great show.
Yeah. Well, let me put into this perspective for you guys though. Like, Power Rangers is very like hindered by staying close to the Super Sentai. And other franchises and other comic book movies and all that, how turned off are you by the movies for not sticking close to the comic book material?
For me, it's all about kind of the essence of like kind of nailing certain like landmarks, but also I don't want it to be exactly the same because I already have a version of it. Mm-hmm. Why am I going to need the same exact version?
Yeah.
Like the one time I would want it to be like a more direct, like if it's going to go from like a comic book to a cartoon, because that's almost the same medium.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it makes sense. Like, oh, why aren't you like that comic book's your storyboard? There's your script.
Yeah.
But even then, like, look at X-Men '90s cartoon, Spider-Man cartoon. They adapted it and made their own thing. And I'm like, those are iconic series that still go to this day, and they didn't go panel by panel. But
true.
So it's like you're gonna have all these different versions, and why would you just remake the source material?
Yeah.
And just as the people creating it, like if it's not gonna be the same creator that did the source material, you should expect it to be pretty different, because I don't want to write someone else's story. I'm gonna write my story.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, and I think that's what Simon
it.
Bennett wants to do. Like, he doesn't want to be hindered by, I have to incorporate this storyline because that's what the fight scene is. Like, him being able to create his own fight scenes with new suits, it gives him like more freedom. So like, they're doing it a little bit for Cosmic Fury, but who knows? In the future, they could be doing it totally different. Like, no connection whatsoever to Super Sentai, and I don't see an issue with it. I mean, especially if Super Sentai is still going on, you still have that. It's not getting taken away. If anything, it's better because sometimes Power Rangers messes up Super Sentai adaptions. Like, let's be real, there is a ton where they just mess it up completely. But yeah, I mean, imagine we had like Infinity War, right, where the main in the comics, like, for that storyline, the main reason why Thanos was going crazy is because he was like pussy whooped. Like he wanted death, right? Like he wanted death. Yeah. That versus his what the Russo brothers did with this, where there was kind of like a good like motivation to do that. So like I don't know. It's just weird seeing fans so angry about it, and it's weird seeing them mad at us for just reporting the news on it. Then, it's not like we're the writers doing it, you know? Like, we're not writing this stuff. It's literally already told to us, and we just release it. But Daniel, what are you saying?
No, I mean you're right. You're completely right. And then even to go further with the whole Death thing, later Death gets so annoyed with Thanos that she gives the gift of no death to Deadpool. And that's why his mutation is that strong and that far, and he can't die. And that's a whole thing that is going on there.
Thanos gave that to him so Deadpool couldn't be with Death.
What was that? I thought it was because she wanted to piss off. Okay, cool. There you go. Well, there you go.
Because Death loves Deadpool, and Thanos got jealous.
There you go. Okay, I'm fucked. Yeah,
you're gonna pick him.
Lost.
I'm gonna make sure you could never be with them.
Yeah, this couldn't make an Avengers movie. It wouldn't work.
But there you go. But once again, it's from panel to screen. There's gonna be a difference. Mm-hmm. From manga to anime, there's gonna be a difference. From Sentai to Rangers, there's going to be a difference.
I know. Last of Us is doing a really good job, though.
Huh?
Last of Us is doing an amazing job. Oh my god, is doing
really fucking good. I mean, well, from game to show, maybe that's that's a different thing.
But, like, from all the things we said, Sentai to Power Rangers, like, inherently has the most difference. Like,
yeah.
It's like
inherently
completely different. Like,
it's like New Zealand and Japan are not the same country. Like, if you know, like, geographically, like, what places are, if you're really nitpicking at it, it's like that doesn't look like Japan or like New Zealand at all. Like,
and it's not in the same ocean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not technically supposed to be New Zealand. Oh, sorry, Alexa's like doing something crazy. But it's not even technically supposed to be New Zealand. It's supposed to be United States, I think. I don't know what's going on. But
it's vaguely North American now.
Yeah, a little bit. So I mean, yeah, from an outsider's perspective, it is a little weird to see fans angry about it. But I mean, news is news. But since you mentioned it, Kevin, you mentioned the Omega Rangers. The Omega Rangers, as you know, is a storyline that was created to kind of like bridge the gap between what was actually going on with Zach, Trainee, and Jason. And we released. We didn't. I can't remember. But news came out that they are actually. The Lightning Collection is going to be releasing the Omega Rangers, which is really cool because I mean, it'd be a great collection. They're not gonna have head sculpts, but I have a ton of Jason, especially a ton of Zach head sculpts back there. Like, it's fine. But
dude, I have the Jason Trini swap pack too. So.
Oh, dude, how was that?
Man.
I haven't even opened it, dude. I have so many toys.
Dude, I have Yoshi right here. I haven't even opened it. But apart from that news, there's a ton of fans angry about quality assurance on the toys. Kevin, what? you being a toy fan, with the price range and like the mass production, and then like people getting mad that like the morphers aren't fully painted its whole color. What is your perspective on the Lightning Collection and like the work that's put into it? Does it match the price point?
Not anymore.
No.
When it first came out, it was like a little off at first, but like I think like that second and third year, like beginning of pandemic, it was great. But once it got past the $20 point, and once it kind of started, I don't know what's like lately. Like most of the new ones have not been that good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's some
Right.
that's fallen apart. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's like what's really messed up about Hasbro too is like a lot of their stuff is coming out at it's 25% more than it was 2 years ago, and that's
Mhm.
like a ridiculous jump.
Is there
Like,
is there a price jump on other brands, other toys, as far as like?
it's kind of all aboard too, because like everything like so you had the Lightning Collection, you have Marvel Legends, Black Series, McFarlane. They were all at $20. Shit, just at the beginning of 2021. But then like towards the middle of the year, they started going up, and then what's like they started going up and they produce more.
Mhm.
So if you waited, like probably about a year, you would get them at like 60% off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn!
There's
Because
dude, Target, yeah.
it's like I it's really messed up too, because like as hard as they push the pre-order and everything, and like now it's like I'm just like I'm not buying stuff right now because I'm just gonna wait till it drops down, because and also now your worry is like the quality's not that good, so I'm not incentivized to like want it right away. And it's like I applaud
Slippery
Hasbro for
slope.
going with like the plasticless packaging and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also not like the packaging's not worth keeping anymore. It's like not, I don't know how they can do it without plastic. I feel like they have someone who can, especially as like you guys charge 25% more. I know the inflation isn't that much more. Like your profit, like you had record profits. Like adults buying toys is now a big thing because of it. You know what I mean? It's like everything's in your court.
Yep.
Everything's on their side, and we're getting the ass end of the stick. Like, all right, how you gonna charge us more and have us risk like breaking things, like or missing things? Like, it's like Hasbro's losing money. It's like, yeah, but they also just made a bunch of money, and then they pissed us all off with quality control. Drop back to $20. Drop back to $20. Keep the numbers going, because like stop making a market for scalpers,
Mm-hmm.
but like, and also just go back to giving us a quality product. Like if we're not, especially now that the packaging is like not the same grade of collecting, like the collecting value of the packaging has gone down. Like
Are you happy with the windowless packaging?
I like that it's better for the environment, but if it's gonna, what I don't like about it, that it's you're trying to say the environment, you make the boxes smaller. You don't need that much space.
That is
like
true.
you're no longer
if you're doing
like you're not displaying anything, so make the box super cool and way smaller. Like it's there, so they do
make it worth having.
They did these they did like for army builder figures. Like Hasbro once in a while has like army builder figures that come out significantly like less price. Like so they had like the Hand Ninja, they were about 15 a piece versus 20 a piece, so you could buy a massive and have a little army of it, and their boxes were smaller, and had a cool picture. So if you keep it, or if you stack it, like it looks cool. Whereas these hold on, I can just pull one up. One second.
Let me see who it is. He's got it right on.
Yeah, like look at like all right, why do I need all this space? The figure only takes, the figure's that big. That's pretty much all the accessories. Why do you need all that space? You can make it smaller. You can,
you can make it way smaller.
Yeah,
way
so
smaller.
it's
You can fit two in there.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. Like like the direction with the windowless. Like I like it, but I don't like that all they did was take out the window, and like, because now when it comes in, the toy's not posed, the toy's not displaying anything. It's in a little baggie, It has extra cardboard so it doesn't rattle.
Mm-hmm.
Like just make the box smaller so it doesn't rattle.
Yeah, it's a lot of work for nothing, you know.
Yeah. So it's, and then we saw the VHS cases with like the X-Men and how they go into Spider-Man. Do stuff like that. They like the Power Rangers stuff like that. Like it's less, like you can make it look like a comic book, make it look like a DVD box case or something like
VHS. Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool.
Do it that way instead of just wasting all this space. Just like, oh look, we took out the plastic, but we're still killing a hell of a lot of trees. Like, and look how janky these pictures are. Like,
I don't know.
It's just pictures of the figure. I don't.
Yeah.
Let me take out what actually goes into it. So you got the box, right? You got the main box. This is for the Power Rangers.
I mean, the Power Rangers, it's the same thing though. It's like, look at, like I already took out the figure because I had it's Randall Park, so I hadn't punched the Keanu Reeves figure.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like,
so
you don't need all that. You
less plastic, more paper.
Yep, more. It's a lot of paper. It's a lot of paper.
Yeah.
You don't need all this extra space. You don't need all this. Like the figure stays like you have a small case that encompasses this so it doesn't move. The accessories fit right at the feet.
Yeah.
And then you could have a really cool small box design rather than this
true
colorful recycle bin product. Like
very true. Now staying in the realm of toys. We also had some news that came out that I've been talking with, or Joe's talked to me about this for years, like probably even a year before, sadly JDF passed away, and that was the Master Morpher. The Master Morpher that was seen in Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel in the Dimensions in Danger episode. There's audio going around where he's talking about it, that him and Hasbro, I think this is the last project that Jason David Frank and Hasbro have been working on. And I think, I don't know if they were going to release it before, like earlier, but I think because of the dev, like everything, they didn't want to be insensitive to, releasing it right away and see like it's a cash grab. But like there are actual like other, people that actually printed out resin backgrounds for the Morpher, for the Legacy Morphers, which were the Bandai ones. So it's been around for a long time. People have had like makeshift ones for a long time. So the fact that Hasbro is making them now, it's long overdue, and it's definitely, especially Tommy has been a big sell for Ranger fans. So what are you guys' take on the new Master Morpher that's in development with Hasbro?
I want it.
You want it, yeah.
That's pretty much
that's pretty much it. I mean, because that's how we're all going to most likely feel about it. I mean, the moment it existed, everyone was like, "Oh shoot, I want this.
Mm-hmm.
I need this. This is amazing." So now the fact that we have them actually doing it, it's like, yeah, it makes sense. It's great.
Yeah, I the only thing that I don't like is that I was more of a big fan of the Legacy Morpher versus the Lightning Collection Morpher, because it had a little bit more heft to it. It was die-cast metal.
Oh, okay.
The coins were die-cast also. Like, I felt like they were nicer. I don't, Kevin, do you have the legendary ones?
Like
nah, my friend has them though. My friend has like a whole bunch of the Legacy Collection stuff. Like he has both versions of like, how he has the original Dragon Dagger, then he has the 20-year anniversary, the black and gold one.
Yeah.
Like he has that for like all the Tommy stuff and then the Morphers.
Mm.
So I see it, like it's beautiful. Like
it's beautiful.
Those are centerpieces. Those are you put that on display, everyone's like, that's amazing. And then the plastic ones, which are still cool, and like I feel like they're more meant to be played with and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they remind me. I don't know if you guys remember the Happy Meal toys for the first Power Rangers movie.
Yes, the flip coin ones. Yeah. Yeah,
it reminds me of that. But in a sense, I still like that was like one of my favorite toys to have a Morpher, and then to be able to flip the coins was cool. Like
that is
so. It has its advantages.
It did.
like for the Master Morpher, I would want like two versions. I would want, the general grade one that, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna take this out, I'm gonna play with that, I'm gonna cosplay with, I'm gonna bring this to the convention for my cosplay. But then I would also want like,
The display.
The display case. That
Yeah.
that one, like,
That's
that's when I'm gonna get my photographer friend to take my costume pictures.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Definitely as far as like craftsmanship and like, just detail, the legendary ones, just the incorporation of diecast into them, the legendary ones were I liked a lot better. Even the weapons, even the legendary weapons I liked a lot better than the Lightning Collection ones. Like the Lightning Collection ones, yeah, it's cool that they're making they got the Power Sword out, they got the Blue Rangers lance, they got the Yellow Rangers daggers, and then eventually we're gonna get the bow and the power axe. It's gonna be cool to have that all together, but the quality of like the Power Sword, the legendary Power Sword or the legendary Dragon Dagger was way better. Just personally for me, but
Well, I think the legendary stuff is more for an older audience, being honest. While the Lightning Collection still tries to be universal.
That is true. Well, we'll see how that goes. I mean, they still got a few years before. Maybe it might come out this year. I know they had mentioned it during one of the live streams that they were working on a project with JDF. So we'll see how that goes. Next I'm trying to like prioritize it to see like which is like the most important. Let's talk about this one. Actually, we got confirmed today a little bit. So with Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, there are two unlikely villains that are gonna be allies on the Cosmic Odyssey. That's gonna be it's gonna be Slither and Mucus, which is pretty cool.
That's the mushroom. It used to be the mushroom.
Mushroom, yes. But I think it's their human forms. That's what it
looks like in the pictures. They're wearing their actual like human clothing.
Yeah, because at the end of Dino Fury Season 2, they were in human form as like a magician and his assistant. I think that's pretty cool, especially since if you go back to the Q Ranger Super Sentai, there is multiple Zords. There's like, I don't know, close to 30 Zords.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Is Q Ranger the one where they like combined the Dragon Zord with the Chrono Rex?
No. That's Zenkaiger, I think. That's
Zenkaiger. Okay.
Q Ranger is the one with the orbs.
Oh no! The Qlets and
Daniel, you still got that dragon? The dragon thing?
Which one?
The dragon commander. It had like a purple staff.
Oh yeah. I have the shirt and I have my art.
Yeah, so it's gonna be pretty cool that we're gonna have Campbell Cooley in like human form helping the Rangers. I know there's a few other cast members that are joining. Moving on, still within Cosmic Fury, we also have that there is going to be a seventh Cosmic Fury Ranger, which would be an Orange Ranger, which is pretty important because the Orange Ranger and Q Ranger was a pretty big role also. He was like the number 2.
Pivotal role, man.
Yeah, he was like the number 2 to Red.
Yeah.
So we revealed in the news that Fern, Tessa Rao's character's girlfriend, is going to be a Ranger, which honestly I put out the theory a few years ago that Fern might end up being like Trainee's daughter, which would have been cool too. But
dude, that would have been dope.
That would have been cool too, like to connect Cosmic Fury with the 30th anniversary. We haven't really had time to talk about this together. Did you guys see the images of the Once a Ranger images that who released it? I think it was like ET Entertainment Tonight or something.
I think
Yeah. What did you guys think of that? Like, what did you think of seeing these iconic characters back and seeing them about to suit up? What did you think?
I'm excited for that. I just, running home, like, Power Rangers came out when I was 5. And it was like running home to make sure you catch the new episode. And I didn't realize, like, we were getting a new episode every day of the week for a while.
Every day of the week. We were spoiled.
Right? Like, yeah, we were super spoiled.
No one does that.
Like,
no one does anymore.
how are you gonna get 5 new episodes a week? Like we're so spoiled with that. Like
Yeah.
it was
Super
impossible
long
to not
seasons
love.
though too.
Yeah.
It
So,
sucks.
yeah.
It sucks for
40
the
episode
Rangers.
seasons.
It sucks for them to have to shoot all that stuff.
Hearing the stories now, it's like, oh man, they exploited you like crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yo,
they got so exploited.
$600 a week? That's crazy, bro. That's like chump
Man.
change.
It's like it's decent money for the time, but also it's like
Not-
for what
not-
they're doing, it's not that much.
I
Not
don't
for a
feel like they're
multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
You know, they're making money.
Exactly.
They're making money. So in that sense, I do get where Walter, Austin, and Twee can't come into it. But yeah,
Oh heck yeah, time to leave, dude. Time to piece that place out. I'm done.
yeah,
Yeah.
There's no way I would stay.
it's crazy. It's crazy. But
Like,
it is
'cause
cool.
They're getting beat up.
Yeah.
Like,
And run
Yeah.
rampant. Like I think that happened a lot, especially like even in it's a different world, but even like the boy bands, right? Remember the boy bands with that one guy?
Uh-huh. That's what I
They
was just gonna
they
say.
they were getting
Perlman.
exploited like shit. Like, you know what?
I was just gonna say Les Perlman.
In the late 90s and early 2000s, even into the 2010s, the Nickelodeon kids were getting exploited. Like, yeah,
Dude,
like
they
the
were-
Disney kids. I'm surprised the Disney kids haven't come out about it, but dude, Hollywood loves exploiting like these
Dude,
kids.
well, I mean,
It's crazy.
Because a lot, like if you think about it though, like how easy is it to give honestly, like people like us more money than they would get, but then because it's still small for them, but like
Because they don't know the value of the dollar.
Yeah.
Really, they have no
they
idea.
don't know. It's like it's like most people, like especially now, like everyone's like lower middle class. Like middle class is not. None of us are really middle. We're like lower middle class now, because
Mhm.
yeah.
and then so if you give us like middle class money, it's like days like.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're like you do, and then you realize like,
Wow.
wait, well, look at all that money you're making off of me. It's like, wait, what
Yeah.
am I doing? Like, and I think that's like why so many people now are like not dealing with this. Like, oh look, I could make a good amount of money on my own. Like a lot of these influencers, they're making like just middle class money. They're making like $70K plus a year,
Yeah.
but like they don't have to do any of that bullshit.
Yeah, it is a different world for sure. It is. A
Yeah,
different world for
it's
sure.
like I applaud it so much because like you don't have you never got like having to rely on a shit job, like beating yourself up, like oh man, it's bad. And so if you
I think-
if you not deal with it, like more power to
I think
you.
that's why there have been a bunch of like companies that have been created just to protect the children. In
Yeah.
that sense, like, okay, you're gonna go into this job, you're gonna do this. Here's what you need to know. Here's like there's work hour things. There's only a certain amount of time that you can work, at a certain age. So I think later on they got it, but in the early '90s, it was kind of crazy.
And it goes into like the athletes too, like because especially like college athletes, like imagine you lose your ability to walk for your school, and they're like, okay, well, you're supposed to play ball, but you're done. Like they take your scholarship away, you
Yeah.
can't finish your degree. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
and they don't even pay you for like nationally televised games and stuff. Like,
yeah, like
there's no
Yeah.
none of that. So it makes sense. Hopefully, I mean, I think Rangers is SAG now because I know they weren't before. So hopefully that had fixed some things.
I hope like especially like this new cast, like they're getting like residuals off. Like they had, I hope they, especially because it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like
You know,
hope they're
I
getting some
don't
kind of
I don't know. Like I don't know if
play
it's the I don't know if
stuff.
Netflix is providing the money. I know they're just airing it on Netflix, so I don't know if any of that has changed. I know they're not making a ton of money. They're not making
Right.
they're not making a crazy amount of money. And I've talked to some cast members where it's like you're not making millions of dollars an episode now. Like you're making like maybe
Right. No.
maybe
Thousands,
30,000
couple
or
thousand.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy.
Like it's not like network money. It's not
No,
like
it's
Friends
not.
and
It's
stuff
not
like
network
that.
money or anything like that. But I mean, I'm sure like there's some push. There's a little bit more push with Netflix to like air it more. So hopefully, that works out a little bit. I know there's no residuals. I know that
That sucks.
they get paid out. They get paid out. One fee for the task, but I don't think they get residuals on any of that.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, that's messed up, dude.
And
Yeah.
back in the day, like I think they stopped making toys with their likeness during Wild Force. So between Wild Force and when did they start doing Lightning Collection? 2018.
Mhm.
They weren't getting any royalties for that either. So yeah, a lot of those Rangers during that time got fucked. They got fucked.
Dang.
Yeah. So like
That's messed up.
a lot of these
And
Rangers
then
during
Hasbro
that time.
can't even make it so the toy doesn't fall up. God, you ain't gonna
Yeah.
pay them, man. You're gonna make them a janky toy.
Yeah, dude. Or you make the face sculpt like all fucking ugly as shit. Like Kimberly's head, like on that first figure that they released. What the fuck? She looked like she had like a cock eye, and she had like like what the fuck is going on there? Freaking Billy looked like a bargain bin Elton John over there. I don't know what the hell they're doing. And then Jason doesn't even look like Jason. Like no matter how many times you do a head sculpt, it's like who the fuck is that guy? But whatever. I mean. They've got some that look pretty good, but there's a lot that look terrible.
It's gotten better. But
Yeah, like
It's so true with
I'm looking at
everything.
Yoshi's right now. It's pretty good.
I feel like they use the same technology they use for the selfie series. Like,
Oh, dude, the selfie series piss. I am so
I feel
pissed.
the selfie series was like, yeah, we have AI that will blah blah. It was like
Daniel saw the picture.
Some kid looking at your picture.
Daniel saw the picture that I took for my selfie series, and it looked kind of like me in the picture. And then when I got the thing, nothing. It's like I felt like oh, dude, we ran out of the heads. How do we fulfill this order? That kind of looks like him. It's like they're passing out freaking illegal fake IDs to people. It's like, oh, that kind of looks like him. Let's give that to him. You know. They're not making the scans. They're not using the scans. They're just fucking with you, and they just got generalized like.
They're scanning anything, dude.
It's like this does not.
Telling you, there's literally some kid with just looking at it. Right, that's close enough, and then they just put it out, man.
I don't know, man. It's trash. It's trash.
I feel like they didn't even use the eyedropper tool to get the color right.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I pull that
Close
like
enough.
I honestly I have the selfie series figure and I think it fell under my bed and I'm not even like going to look for it. I don't want to look at that thing ever again. I'm so pissed because I think it was like all together with fees like $75. It was like $75 and that's what you got me. I could pay $100 at a freaking convention and get like a full body scan, you know, and have an action figure that way. Whatever. You know what? I'm gonna get my little 3D scanner to work, and we're gonna scan our heads. And I'm gonna figure out a way how to print them the right size, and then, you know, selfie series, you're screwed.
I'm just lucky that there's the Don Lee figure, so that one.
Oh, for you, yeah.
Good for you.
Congratulations.
That was
Good for you.
Like,
Oh man.
I think maybe I don't know. There's no MCU comparison. But yeah, the 7th Ranger revealed, Orange Ranger. It's going to be Fern, which is pretty cool because Fern was in a few episodes of Dino Fury, and it's cool that they're bringing her back. I think they're bringing back a lot of the humans, and I think I'm not saying this is news, but I'm saying a lot of the humans might get Zords. That's all I'm saying. Maybe not suits, but a lot of them might get Zords. Jay Borg might get a Zord. You know, their boss might get a Zord. Amelia's parents might get Zords. Who knows?
Kai, I don't know. I forget his Ranger name. Kai Moya's mom should get a Zord.
She should get a Zord. You know what? Kai Moya's mom is kind of hot. I mean,
Kinda. She's
she's gorgeous.
Kinda. Like,
Yeah.
she's... Whew.
All right, going into more casting news or more cast news. Ryan Carter, the Dark Ranger, is coming to Cosmic Fury. We got, in the Super Sentai for Dino Charge, there was the Dark Ranger. It wasn't called the Dark Ranger, but we were expecting to get him in Dino Charge. There was even a Zord. Yes. There's even a Zord. There's everything. It was like laid out. They had Ryan Carter's character kind of like turn human, and there's so many teases, but we never got it. And then we got it in the comics, and now I guess they got the rights to that movie for that Super Sentai, and they're gonna incorporate it into Cosmic Fury. So that was kind of like out of left field. It's gonna be interesting to see, but maybe he will also get a Zord. Who knows? I think there's so much more going on with the 30th anniversary in Cosmic Fury that we don't even know, and I think that it's gonna feel like a finale series, even though Ranger fans don't want to hear it. It's gonna feel like it. Like, I mean, 30 years. It's a good checkpoint to hit for sure. What is your take? I mean, have you guys read the Beyond the Grid comic book the series in Boom Studios with the Dark Ranger?
I don't remember which one he was in. Like I'm a bit behind.
Yeah, he was with it was like a makeshift team. It was him,
Oh,
Zero Ranger Yellow, Magna Defender.
that's when they introduced Solar Ranger, right?
Yeah, the Solar Rangers. Yes, he was one of the
Yeah.
Solar
Okay.
Rangers.
Okay, I vaguely remember it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. The comic books keep going back to Draken. I'm just kind of getting done with it.
He
Like,
burnt out of Draken. He's
got
done. He's done
Draken
with Draken.
fatigue.
Draken's coming
Yeah.
to Cosmic Fury. Also, I'm kidding.
like,
Not
it was a
possible.
little, too much. It was like, all right, like get a new bad guy. Like,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, hey, I get what you guys did there.
it was great.
Like,
Give me someone new. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're like, oh, no, it was great. Yeah, I loved it. Like, man, wow, whoa, it happened.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I'm sorry, my light just hopped. I'm
with
sorry.
all
Take
that
care.
power with all that Power Ranger news that came out. I know that like we went kind of like guns a blazing with it. Like every day would be a new one.
yeah,
And people
every day,
yeah.
like last week, or
Yeah.
every day of the week, just new story.
And people are just like, what the fuck? But
Yeah.
there were some confirmations. The Orange Ranger one, there was a cast photo where he had like each a colored water bottle in front of him, and the actress that played Fern had an orange one in front of her. Yeah, there was also another actress over there that had a yellow water bottle. I don't know if there's going to be anything on that, but that'd be pretty cool. We lost Daniel a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be. Here he comes. There you go. But
Yeah.
I think it's going to be
You're right.
interesting
I'm sorry.
seeing all the first it's going to be interesting seeing all these people come back for Once a Ranger, and also to see if they're going to come back into Cosmic Fury. I know Billy, there was I need to find a picture. There was a cast list for one of the episodes where they had Billy listed at like a number, like one of the numbers on the cast member for that episode. So I think Billy might actually be in there. Maybe Billy's the one that brings the Cosmic Fury Zords to the Rangers. We've seen cast photos of the Rangers in their new suits. What have you guys checked out the new suits? What do you think about their new suits?
I think it's. I don't know. They don't stand out to me.
Yeah, they. Do you remember? I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the day, like costumes for Halloween, they had like these plastic body things that you use. Like I had a Robin costume from Batman Forever, and it was like a plastic like ab set or like chest set that you wore. And that's what it kind of looks like. If you look at it, like it looks like they're wearing like a hard shell thing covering themselves. You gotta look at it.
Yeah.
It looks weird to me. And I
It
get
kind of
like,
looks like Shazam, like the muscles in Shazam.
kinda, yeah. It looks a little weird, but I mean,
It's like padding on top of them, and they're fit people. You don't need to.
yeah. I don't know. I have no idea why they're doing this.
You don't need to puff them up.
There's not a lot going on in the chest area. A lot of design, so it looks a little basic.
Yeah.
But
Like
you
the
know.
biggest thing, the coolest part is like the cape and shoulder pads. Like
Yeah.
that's the coolest part. The rest just
Yeah,
seems like a
yeah.
bodysuit.
I mean, what you call it? Chance, the Black Ranger, he has a metal arm, so he's got a little Winter Soldier thing going on. So hopefully we get a little story behind that, you know. But other than that, it's they could be better, but they're not terrible. They're not Zed's Rangers terrible, you know. Like
Yeah.
those are crazy.
Like that. I just sent it in the chat. You
Yeah,
guys
well,
should
I'll
check
I'll
out
put
right
it up
now.
on the screen right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just look kind of bland.
Oh,
I wish
boy.
there was like maybe a big lightning bolt in the middle or something. I don't know.
Yeah. The upper
You
body.
know, but I think
is
that's the
plain.
problem. I think that's the problem. If they put a lightning bolt, then it's like, oh wow, hey Shazam.
Yeah, I
So they're
guess.
like,
You
yeah.
know what? I mean, whatever.
I mean, nothing's ever gonna surpass the 3 diamonds that are there for no reason.
yeah, I mean, the 3 diamonds there's no correlation between that and like what the Super Sentai story was, but you know, I'm being nitpicky, a little
I
nitpicky.
don't know, just something to kind of
Actually, nothing's
disrupt
gonna be.
the monotone.
Yeah. What do you guys think about
Nothing's gonna
this?
beat my suit that I wear, and
Yeah, this one right
I've
here.
sent you guys the picture. Look at that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like, what if Prince what if Prince became a space pimp? That's what it looks like. You
Yeah,
know,
they
That
could,
long jacket and
they could have
everything,
done
and-
like honestly, if they should have just really like adapted the Q Ranger suits because
They really should have.
they were pretty badass. They're some badass suits. But yeah, that's everything we put out for Power Rangers. I know we got a lot of like heat for like putting it out because you guys shouldn't be putting out this news. You're like spoiling stuff. Everybody does it. MCU does it. DCU does it. Freaking CW TV shows do it. Everybody does it.
It's like casting and
Yeah.
like
Yeah, dude. I
Everybody
mean,
does it.
look. Last time I checked, when it comes to journalism now, especially when it comes to entertainment journalism, you have to be a scooper to some extent.
Yeah.
Because if you're not a scooper, people aren't paying attention to you. I don't want to hear the same story that I heard from 10 other places from you too. So
Yep.
I won't hear it from you.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to do. So there you go.
It is what it is. But you know, some Ranger fans don't get that that's how it works and they
they
don't
could
know
also
anything.
just like not read it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could.
Yeah, just
But
read it.
they're like Kevin, you'll learn,
Just don't
especially
read
with
it.
Ranger fans, when it's Power Rangers and it's Illuminerdi, like instant hate for some fans.
yeah,
Look,
I
man.
started like
Yeah.
just don't read it then if you don't like it. Like,
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
if it's wrong, like tell us when it is or if it's wrong. Like,
And the percentage of it being wrong is very minuscule. So like,
Like,
when it
that's-
when,
the only one the one they keep talking about is like, oh, Hasbro and Toei didn't split. Like,
well,
yeah, but like, there's a reason they're not using their new suits.
yeah,
like,
there's some like hints to it, but
like,
you know,
that story's like 2 years old too. It's like,
yeah,
like
and then
things
and then
change,
this
like,
is before COVID happened too. So like, I think what was gonna happen this year if COVID didn't happen, we would have got that new universe. I think this is kind of like a contingency plan. This is Power Rangers contingency force. That's what this is.
True.
yeah, because
True.
like, I don't know, it's like,
Sorry, contingency force.
it-
We're here. Like,
it's very like, especially because like it was so much this week. Like
Yeah.
I've never seen so much instant hate, and it didn't even take them to read like the article or anything.
No,
like,
they don't read.
just,
Dude,
like,
they don't read articles, bro. They
it's like,
they do not read
oh,
articles.
Illuminati talk about Power Rangers. I hate them. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. Like, all right. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I just
Like,
walked in the room.
Versus when we put out like Marvel news and stuff. Oh, that's so cool. You know, like it's met with like
yeah, it's like I don't think it's gonna happen, but it's not like fuck you. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's like that doesn't seem likely. Like, okay, cool, yeah. Like, it's
Well-
like
It's literally
early
like they're
stages. It's a rumor. It's like things are ongoing. This is what we know right now. This is like
Mm-hmm.
if you we can't give a sources like generally you don't give away your sources because then you don't have news. But if
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
find the sources, like everything we say checks out.
Yep, exactly. If like
that's
I
how
honestly,
journalism is.
I honestly at some point I was able to like keep up and like say, oh, here's it when it came out, here's this.
Yeah.
But I just there's just so much now that
Yeah.
you can't do it anymore. Like you can't.
But
keep,
like some of the fans like did that. They're like, oh, they started going on all of the actors like social media and they put it all together. It's like it is like cool. Like that's like
yeah, but
yeah,
you don't
they-
get like the turnaround like, okay, you guys are right. I don't hate you. No, you never get that.
No.
like there's the ones who were excited about it and then they go and do it. But then there's other ones just want to attack us and like I want you to feel bad because I don't like you. Like
Tell me.
But the thing is, we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. Because if we don't tell them the news, and then when it comes out, they're like, "Wow, you guys couldn't report on this." Or if we do report on it and it's accurate, they're like, "I would have waited for them to tell me, not you." And you're like,
yeah.
I
"I
want to
don't. What
wait.
do you want from
I
me?"
want to wait for official confirmation. I want that. They're not going to tell you. They're just going to do it. And when,
yeah, they're gonna come find you, random person, Ranger Slayer 22. I don't know. They're gonna come find you and hey, so glad I got to see you, Rick.
Hold on.
Don't tell everyone, but
The most upsetting
this is what's
thing
going
about
on.
seeing all those like trying to like community manage is seeing like just the vitriol and then like but then also it's like, hey, you quoted tweeted us, that helps us. Like I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
you cussed
that's
us
true.
out in your quote tweet and then you go look at their profile, man. How are you gonna have like 2 months of hentai and then one hate tweet at us? Like, bro, really? Like, your entire account is hentai, but you retweeted us.
That is so true. I'm like, I bug out on the fact that I think not too many people actually know that you can see what you like on Twitter. I can see your likes, and when I do, I'm like,
wait, can you hide? Can you hide that stuff? I feel like I like some cringy things. Can you hide that stuff?
I'm like, this is largely a kid's program. It's like, if you're gonna be, if like little kids go and see this hashtag, see you just like yelling at them, and then like, oh, like maybe they agree with you, and they check it, and now they just see nothing but hentai. It's like, bro, like,
yeah, it is what it is.
Like,
one thing.
You interrupted your regularly scheduled program to just yell at us, like.
One thing that I hate that I missed, and I hate COVID for this, is
hold on.
Because of COVID, I miss Power MorphCon and to hang out with you guys and to interact with fans. But you guys did tell me. You told me someone came up to you.
No, so there's this one dude. He liked us. He liked our news. He was really nice. He was really friendly kid. Like, and he was like just sharing how much he had the stories on lock. Like, oh well, like I was like, dang, I wasn't even there for that story yet. And then he's like, but then he just like quick turns. But I hate Jezzer.
Dude, hard swerve. If it was like one of those TV shows like Abbott Elementary or something, he's like, oh yeah, he's a cool guy. There's nothing wrong with him. But I hate Jezzer. Like you're like, oh shit. Like, what the fuck?
Like 2018, I think was the last one. They said some of them would say that to my face, like, I don't like you. I was like, that's cool, man. Like that, like.
Dude, I'm tripped out by that because I'm like, how can you do that? Because in real life, if somebody's happy on their just day being there at their job, like, oh, I'm doing my job, and then somebody just shows up and says, I don't like you. What the? It's quick. It's quick. Like, that can be the end of you in so many ways, and then you just feel it's okay to do it here. Like,
it's also too like this kid is like, he was such a high because like he just met Joe. Joe had to go pick something, and he's like so happy. He's telling us how happy. He's like, I met Joe. But I hate Jezzer.
Regularly scheduled program, dude. That's it from now on. I'm saying that's everything.
You brought yourself down with, I hate Jezzer.
Dude, I want to meet this guy, man. I'll be like, you know what's crazy too? Like
you ruined your own day.
You know what's crazy too? There'll be fans that come to me like that, and then like after talking to them, I was like, man, you're a lot different in person than you're on the show. I was like, yeah, it's a fucking persona, bro. Like, like it's a thing. That's just a thing. It's like freaking. It's a little
wrestling.
bit. It's a little bit like wrestling. It's like especially.
Like, bro, there's a heel. They're called heels.
Yeah, especially and during that time, Daniel knows. During that time, like we were full on different personas. Like we were like, it was. I took that role and I ran with it. Like I was like, all right, let's keep going.
The Ranger Troll.
Dude, Jezzer had his Mack truck and he was like, he was driving through.
It was hilarious. But
weren't there like little trolls in like Zeo that had that little crystal wand?
There was.
I don't remember.
There was.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't remember what they're called.
Yeah.
They spoke some kind of gibberish language.
Are you talking about from Turbo movie?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Larago.
I feel like.
Are you calling me Larago, motherfucker?
Yeah, you're like an evil one.
You're a troll.
You found that, you like did a negative color on it, and then made that your like avatar and just like rap with it.
Damn it! If someone's watching and can do that, and then superimpose my face into it, kind of like make it look like MODOK from Ant-Man. Hilarious. Do that. Let me like just kind of like get centered and get close and then not move. And you guys do that. That'd be fucking hilarious.
The MODOK thing. Oh god.
Can we?
Like literally, sometimes I've heard the whole stories about people saying that they're throwing up when they see it because it's off, and I'm like, I get it, because you look at
Can we? I know this is a Power Ranger show, but can't we talk about Ant-Man and MODOK? Like, I mean, it kind of like ties into the fandom too. Like I've seen a lot of these like new Marvel fans like, oh, what is that thing? That's so not comic accurate. It's like it kind of is. It like
pretty accurate.
it's really accurate, except like he doesn't have the hair.
Look,
Yeah.
the look. The look is accurate, but not actually the origin of the character or exactly how he came to be. That's
It looks like
that's inaccurate.
a lot of people comparing it to George Lopez from Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
The whole movie could be compared to Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
It's not
It
wrong.
literally can.
They are not wrong. They are not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I swear I was waiting for that moment where George Lopez was like, hey, psst, psst. I did it first, I say. You know, like, whatever. I just wanted to see that so bad.
I don't know, man.
Ugh.
Like, I get why they did that. It made sense to
Mr.
make.
Electricidad.
It made sense to make that character MODOK for sure.
Yeah.
It made sense. It was a fun idea. I think they underutilized him and they used him up way too quickly though. Like
They did, and they nerfed him really quick.
yeah, freaking Cassie just like took him and started like swinging him like the Hulk did to Loki in Avengers.
Yep.
Like I was like, all right, getting taken out of like the I'm getting taken out of the the intensified like fight scene that freaking Paul Rudd is having with Jonathan Majors where he's getting his ass whooped. Like what the fuck, like bro?
Yeah.
Like how can you do that? I
My
don't know.
thing was that was like, it was so sad for more of the character, at least what he was, not even the character being played, just what MODOK was in the comic versus what they've turned him into when he was like, well, tell me what to be. I was like, oh God, it's so heartbreaking. But I didn't mean it's heartbreaking for like, oh God, this is a man asking a child, telling what to be. This is what they've done to MODOK. Like, goddamn, like it was horrible.
He flipped so quickly. I mean, there's so many things about that.
I'm not on deck. It wasn't funny.
There's so many things about that story that kind of just like, whatever. It's kind of sucks. What you call it? The one lady that was in prison, the one that's part of that community, she kind of looked like Dulcia from the first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie.
Yep.
I felt like they could have like used another like character from the comics to be that character. I don't know. The story just rubbed me the wrong way. Freaking Janet is shady as shit. Like, I do not trust Janet whatsoever. Like,
whoa. Okay, hold on. You're stuck down in wherever for fucking 40 years or whatever. I don't know, for forever,
not
man.
that.
You know?
I'm not that. Like, you have to have a life. I understand you're stuck there for like how many years.
Saying Jonathan Major shows up, I may just, I don't know. You know, it's been that long.
They didn't say it. They didn't say it, but I think she's love with Jonathan Majors also.
They didn't say it. They didn't need to say it. He definitely, dude. She slept with a lot of people. She slept with Jonathan Majors. She slept with Bill Murray. She was just like, well, dude, I've never seen my husband again. I guess I got to do something. I can't sit here and die.
And man's like, Janet? You know Janet? You know Janet's like, oh yeah, we all know Janet.
Oh, we all know Janet. Yeah, it felt like that. It did. But that was something that kind of upset me because I was like, whoa, don't, come on, don't. Janet, I doubt even she may come out and get hers, but doesn't mean she's like, oh, I'm just bouncing from,
I get it though. I get
D
it.
to D to D to
but
D. You know,
her coming back to Earth and not telling the whole like her family that there's a whole lot of shit going down there. Maybe we should not even try to go back and visit. I mean,
yeah,
could have been avoided.
Said, thank God you guys got me out of there. There is a monster back there that we got to make sure never gets out.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
How hard is that?
Definitely.
How hard is that? What the hell is going on with people when it comes to communication? You didn't want to say it because what? At least.
So my thing on that, like, because the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, like it felt like she was really open about the quantum realm, and like that stuff wasn't part of it.
Yeah.
But then I feel like because the Kang thing, I feel like that's part of the ending of Loki.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, that's
because He Who Remained. When He Who Remains exists, none of the others exist.
Okay.
So that means when he died, things got changed, and that's why like things are changing now. Like remember he sent Ravonna on a mission, and I think that's like how we're getting the 10 rings. That's how we're getting the
He sent who on a mission?
Ravonna, like the one who ran the TVA.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like she went on another mission. So
Mhm.
like I feel like you know like the 10 rings, like Kamala's bangle, all these things and stuff like that. Like I don't think these things originally existed in phase 1, 2, 3. Like things have been switched up.
Yo,
That like cause like all these stuff like they're older, but like they didn't exist for a while or something. Like it doesn't kind of like make sense. Like how is like so he put these things in things that would like wouldn't
he
change
took
the
them out
timeline.
of he took out of some timeline to put them into one that he wants to be the prime timeline.
Yeah,
That
he
makes
put
sense.
them in there to
That
like
makes sense.
for he's like, oh yeah, I know she's gonna kill me. All the others are gonna come back. So all these people, so it's like he put it back into his prime timeline in places that weren't gonna affect anything that's already happened. So that's why we're just getting it now, and that's why like it's all
Dude,
seen.
that's
like,
that
that's
is
why
the
like
best.
that's like I had to like force myself to try to understand it because also it's like it was like a character flip for her. Like she wasn't guarded after she came back, but here she's guarded. Like she's like, oh, but then that's because like Kang came. Like Kang wasn't there originally because he didn't exist before Loki happened.
I have to rewatch Loki again. Definitely have to rewatch.
Like it's all it's all like I'm.
There's also like theory
a connection to happen, but
there's also theories that Janet chose a different timeline to bring them back to. Like when she was like picking the timeline, there are multiple ones in that area that she maybe chose something slightly different from the Earth that they went to. And then there are some stories that Janet and Hank stayed in the quantum realm, or Hank had his suit, in that one scene when he came with the ants. There's so many things that they changed. I think they changed because I know they reshot a lot of scenes after the fact. I think they reshot the part where Paul Rudd was talking about, the ending. I think that whole scene was reshot. The one thing that gets me though, we had, what was his name? Damascus, right? The character, he was from the first two. He was one of Paul Rudd's like crew members.
Oh yeah.
He was in this one as a different character.
Oh, as Veb.
Yeah, but we didn't get freaking Michael Pena.
Yeah, we did get
like missed opportunity. We're just
Dude,
supposed to
like
see that they split ways, or like what's going on?
I would have liked if they would have brought them back as different characters in the quantum realm.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I would love that if Michael Pena was with them when they got sucked in the quantum realm. I think it would have been great.
I see why they didn't though. Like, yeah, I wished Michael Pena would have been in it, but yeah, it's messed up that they didn't, or it's not messed up. It's a missed opportunity.
Well, it would have been interesting if he was in it, but what he was somehow like King's kind of like chronicler. Like he's written all the things that King needs to make sure he remembers. So this way, when they're like, "Who are you? You're King," he's like, "Okay, let me tell you exactly who King is." And then he does this whole thing where he gives us a breakdown of who King is. That would be dope.
Yeah.
You're just like, you're like, all right, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. All in all, like, I don't know. We got from Power Rangers to this, but I'm glad that we did. I think Ant-Man. I don't think it deserved the hate that it got. I enjoyed the.
So, I feel all the hate's from like critic side.
You think so?
For the most part,
yeah.
Like, there's the critic side and the people who follow the trend is like, oh, it's trendy to hate on Marvel.
Yeah,
it's true. I'm gonna look up its like ratings, whatever, and see what it says.
It's trendy to hate. It's trend. Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes and like 85 critic or audience.
It's trendy to hate on Marvel. It's also trendy to hate on DC. Like everybody just finds every nitpicks at everything for DC, despite everything. Like there's some movies that
it's 48.
Oh,
Oh, the audience score went down too?
48. Oh, well, on Rotten Tomatoes, it's 48. Metacritic, it's 48. Let me see.
What's the audience score?
Audience score for Rotten Tomatoes is.
I think it's
How long is
84.
this thing taking to
84.
load? Well, that takes forever. Now it's not really doing. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, 84. He's right. Yeah, it's just transfers. Because Tomatoer is 48 and audience score 84.
Yeah, see, like the critics like if you look at Rotten Tomatoes demographic, it's like 84% white dudes, and of those 84%, like the ones who consistently at the screenings, they're all like 50 plus, and they're all the nerds who are like really into comic books,
Mm-hmm.
and the world realized comic books are cool. Those guys still aren't. So they're always gonna be like a lot more jaded and stuff like that, and they're the ones who feel like, oh, they're entitled to be here because like I'm an original nerd. So my I read the comics when they came out, so I know this better than anyone. And then like they were all elated with Infinity War and Endgame, and that's their bar, and they're not going to lower it because they're jaded, they're pretentious, and they're gatekeepers.
Yeah.
So they're just going to keep dumping on it, and like they're probably going to give a variety of spoilers, because they get to see it before everybody, and it's just.
Yep. But I mean,
so that's what like the Rotten Tomatoes score is such like it's kind of whatever now because we know who you like the ones who get to see it, the ones who they let see it first are still those people.
Yeah.
True. Yeah,
Like they see it before
man,
the cast do sometimes. Like it's like
Variety. I don't understand how they still exist after like all these things lately where they were just like, oh, we spilled that info way too early. I'm sorry, like we did, and then you're like, wait a minute. So there was a clear embargo, and you guys just overstepped it and just said, "I'm sorry, okay." And everybody's like, "No problem. Come on in, you little scamp." Like,
and then there's those other ones like the what's his John Campia. Oh, I came as a guest, so I wasn't I was not told about the embargo. Like,
yo,
like
that is some bullshit because I love Campia.
What?
I really do. And when he did that, I was kind of like, well, what the fuck, dude? Like,
I don't know. Campia rubs me the wrong way.
How much of a bitch are you right now? Why would you do that?
I worked on a bunch of Campia shows. The dude's kind of an ass.
Yeah, he rubs me the wrong way, bro.
Like when AMC Movie Talk was starting to get big, like I was on there, I was set up and everything, like, and it's like, and then dude, I'm running around like redesigning your sets for your quick changes and stuff. Like, there's a lot of like heavy lifting and stuff like that. Like, and he purposely like leaves things in the way just to like make things harder.
Wait,
what a dick!
Like
Joe
so
Campia is a dick.
Like, change
Joe Campia's a dick.
Dick.
It's stuff like that too. It's like it's like if you behind the camera, he's not gonna learn your name.
Oh
like,
yeah, he seems like that. He seems like that type of guy.
Like
he's like, I don't even know your name.
That's like stuff like people like him are the majority of the Rotten Tomato. So it's like,
oh, now that makes sense, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
It's an elitism thing.
Yeah, it's like you were one of the first, like, and your fandom like took you somewhere. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's commendable and everything like that. But like being first, being better is very different things, and there's a lot of people who are doing it better. But because they have like their stake in it, they work hard to make sure other people don't get Yeah,
makes sense.
So it's like coming from like where I came from, like Stockton, like working in the entertainment industry is not something anyone lets you think is possible. Like if it's like like so when like now that I'm going to movies, I get to see it before everyone else gets to see it. I'm so grateful. I'm appreciative. Like it's such a big deal to me still. Like it's like. And then I'm able to share my opinion. I mean, like I have to share my opinion to watch these movies, kind of thing. Like it's such a cool privilege to have. Like it's very, it means a lot. Like it's like how like how's this little kid who's like surrounded by farms gonna like think this is possible? Like it's cool. It's a cool thing to be living. And then you see these like assholes who just take this privilege like, oh yeah, of course I'm gonna be there. Or like, oh, I'm not gonna be at the first screening. Fuck this shit. Like, yeah, it's like I'm
Oh
gonna go there
yeah,
for everybody. Like,
that stuff
like
still blows my mind.
I see the movie before the world gets to see it, and I'm going to ruin the surprise for everyone else because why not? Like, what kind of like
Yeah.
That is
you
bullshit.
just get a huge variety of those assholes.
Definitely, especially in that realm. And you meet and like I'm a pretty good judge of character. Especially right when you meet them, like who they are. Definitely. It's easy to
John
see.
Campia.
John Campia. It's trash.
See, I never have. I only even knew really connected to him in any way was because I think Miggy did a show of his once.
Yeah, she talked
and
to
I
her.
was like, oh, okay.
She said she had some some stories about him also.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But
then, all right,
anyways,
well, fuck you, John.
I
John
can't
Campia.
wait to hear what he says about like the DCU for sure. I know he's a little mad about MCU. He's one of the
because it's not catering to him anymore.
Yeah, he's more of the mid. He's one of those mid guys. The ones that I was like, oh, it's mid. I mean, some of it is, but like he's for everything. He's like mid. Definitely
What
can't.
is Friday wrestling.
I can't wait to hear what he says about the new DCU. We still for that though. We still have to wait. We have to go through the Flash, Shazam, and Aquaman 2. But we're getting closer.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, we're getting closer.
I mean, I'm excited about the Flash. I'm like ridiculously excited about the Flash.
Hey, what if Michael Keaton? What if Michael Keaton
DCU.
isn't? What if he's not Bruce Wayne though?
What if he's Thomas?
Yeah, what if he's Thomas? I don't know. I'm just throwing some random shit out there.
I don't care.
I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be like a lot of angry fans, but you know what? It's still cool to see him on.
You know what? That's true. There will be a lot of angry fans, and to that I say, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if you're telling me a good story, I'm down for a good story. Once again, like we just said, I don't want exactly what I read in the manga to show up in the anime. I don't want to read exactly what I read in the comic right here on my screen because I already read it. I don't want to sit through 2 hours of you telling me the exact same story. I don't need that. I need something different so I at least have some level of, oh, wow, okay, I didn't expect that.
But
I
think he is Bruce Wayne, though. I think he is Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I think so. But
my only problem with him being Thomas is that you had Jeffrey Dean Morgan primed and ready.
Ah, that's right. That's true.
That's my
that is true.
I feel you're wasting a huge opportunity with that by you're wasting a huge opportunity by not having Jeffrey Dean Morgan for that role, and two, you're wasting your opportunity to really tell like Keaton's story as Batman. That we lost when they went to Kilmer, and then they got taken out by George Clooney. Not that it's Kilmer and Clooney's fault. It's like the thing just started going in a different direction. But
yeah,
as long as he says you want to get nuts, I'm good.
Yeah. Hey, they gave him hair. I saw they gave him hair.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it looked like his hair from the original. So that's pretty cool.
Keaton is I'm gonna say this. Keaton is an amazing actor. His whole goal was doing stand up so I can learn to memorize lines.
Yep.
Lines that I wrote. And then from that it was like, and I'm so smart with it, I actually am good at it. And then I got an acting job and I was like, oh well, this is really what I wanted to do. I'm gonna run with it. And he did. And he's good. You know what I watched when I was in Japan. They don't have HBO Max, so I couldn't watch HBO Max, but I watched Netflix and they had The Founder on it. I just watched it again.
I've never seen The Founder before.
I haven't seen it either.
That movie is so good. So
it's fascinating
good.
too.
It's like you love to hate him, but he's so good. He's so good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's amazing. I thought it was great. But
yeah, he's Ray Crocker. Oh, man.
Yeah. Going back to DCU, James Gunn did release like this little poll on he gave a list of 10 characters and he said, "Oh, which 5 of these you're going to see? Who do you want to see?" So he had Dick Grayson, Martian Manhunter, Lobo. When he said that, he said you're going to see them in the first phase of his DCU universe. There's Lobo, Brainiac, Deathstroke, Jason Todd, Zatanna, the Court of Owls, Mr. Freeze, and John Constantine. I think for sure we're gonna see Dick and Jason. I think we're gonna see Dick and Jason and Brave and the Bold.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it won't be like a story.
Man,
The Bold will
like,
be.
why they keep leaving out Tim though?
I don't know. I don't know.
Tim's
Tim
the
is the
best
best
Robin.
detective.
Tim's the best Robin.
Well, from what I understand, he's like the next up. He's the best detective. Nightwing is the next Batman. Damian is Damian. I forgot who's the best fighter.
I'd also go to Nightwing.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think that's
yeah.
Yeah, that's two of them. I think Dick Grayson and Jason Todd are two of them we're gonna see early on in the DCU. Maybe Mr. Freeze in the Batman 2. Maybe like that could be a thing.
Mr. Freeze.
Maybe Brainiac in Superman. What is it? What's it called? Superman.
Whatever that movie is.
Is it Legacy? No, it's not Legacy.
Something like
Is
that.
it? I think it is Legacy.
It is Legacy? Yeah. I think Brainiac would be Superman Legacy. So that's 4.
Makes sense.
And then the 5th one. Lobo.
Constantine. I hear a lot of stuff about
Constantine 2 is happening, right? Or is that not happening anymore?
I think it's happening. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Constantine.
Maybe so if they do Constantine,
That probably brings us a
technically it could
Exactly.
it could technically work still in the DCU, like because it's not really connected before, right? So, I mean, well, who else?
Flashpoint gives a new point for everything. Like
Everything.
Wait, so is Flashpoint going to change everything? Is that what's going on?
I think so.
I mean that's kind of how it is in the comics, anyways.
Yeah. So,
think
but does that
Flashpoint will
mean?
even
So does that
bring-
mean that Batfleck, Wonder Woman, and
That becomes an Elseworld.
they become Elseworld, and
Yeah, that's-
Aquaman is Elseworld?
Aquaman, I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
But I heard that so apparently they did a test screening and it did not do well.
Which one?
It didn't.
Aquaman.
Oh, I heard they did a screening of The Flash for a few people, and that like the executives loved it. Like
Yeah.
they loved The Flash. They said it's like,
They loved it so much they're doing the full thing at CinemaCon.
are you going to CinemaCon?
I applied, so we'll see.
Damn.
But then who knows? Like I just went online, just like
What do you think? What do you think about
after this? I
Aquaman?
attacked a bunch of accredited critics who are definitely going to be there. So
Oh
they
shit!
can, fuck that guy. He doesn't like us.
What do you think about Aquaman 2 that made it so that it didn't test well?
They didn't tell the audience it's a 3-hour movie ahead of time,
Wait, what?
and then you get a large soda, and then it's a movie all about water. So you're sitting there holding your bladder, trying not to think about water.
Wait. It's a 3-hour movie?
No, that's what happened to me on the first one. I didn't know it was a 3-hour movie, and I got a large drink, and I was really.
Wait, the first one was 3 hours? Oh,
yeah, that
God.
was long.
You know what? I missed the first part. I missed the first 20 minutes of Aquaman, the first one I watched in theaters, because this relates a little bit to Power Rangers.
Uh-oh.
I stole a girl from Steve Cardenas one night at the party, and I took her to watch Aquaman, and she was taking forever to get ready, and we got there like. By the time we got there, they're already like in Atlantis. I was like, oh, what the fuck is going on? So I had to wait. It sucked. Fuck that movie theater in Inglewood, man. They did. I guess they didn't have trailers. I thought, it's gonna be fine. She's still getting ready. They'll have like 30 minutes of trailers. No, there's a movie theater at Inglewood where they just.
Where did you see it?
I can't remember. I know it was in Inglewood. It was
Daniel had that problem at Inglewood Theater.
Huh?
Well, no, at Baldwin Hills.
Maybe
But because I went into the wrong. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Dude, I went into the wrong theater.
I don't know. I'm still gonna watch. I'm still gonna watch Aquaman, even if it tests bad. I know people are projecting that Shazam 2 is gonna not have a good reception.
Bridge. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Helen Mirren said it was too complicated.
Is that what she said?
Shazam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's coming.
Why would you say that when you're on the movie? Why would you do that?
I don't know. And this is coming from.
Interview, but
This is coming from someone that's in the Fast and Furious universe. So that's crazy.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Fast
yeah.
and Furious
I'm like, what?
is pure family.
True.
I'm excited about that.
You
I
wouldn't
don't know.
talk shit
I don't know
about
about you guys. I'm excited about that film.
I talk a lot shit about. No, actually, I don't.
Dude, I've watched every one. Even if it's bad, I'm gonna watch
Yeah,
it.
we're still gonna finish it. I mean, you got
Yep.
freaking Jason's
What's bad about it?
about what?
Nothing.
Like, Fast
Well,
and
this
Furious
one,
is
I don't know. The trailer
amazing.
looked like
The dude
trailer looked
pulled
like a lot.
he pulled 2 helicopters down with his car. That was fucking
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. And there's no way
My
that
thing was Momoa, so like, I just blow things up. Like,
yeah, he's
I
just like,
he's
"Ugh,
like, hey, woo,
ugh."
boom, a car blows up. Oh, look at that city, boom, it blows up. Look at blah blah, boom, you blow up. Hey, that's
Yeah.
a new baby, boom. Like, I'm like, why are you blowing things up?
Freaking Vin Diesel just to make the story right or make the story fit. All right, Jason Momoa, you're gonna play a Brazilian. All right,
Yes,
cool.
yes.
All right, I guess you fucking dense motherfucker. What the fuck?
All right, this is how it's gonna work. You're gonna be I know. You're related to Dwayne or something. I don't know. Look, you're Brazilian. Your people don't exist. Here
John Cena,
anymore.
John Cena, we're brothers, okay?
I was like, wait a minute. You guys can't have the same mother. You can't, right? Like,
I'm not gonna be
how is this
surprised.
happening?
I'm not gonna be surprised when Brie Larson comes up and it's like Vin Diesel goes to her, "What up, cousin? It's been a long time." Like,
I thought she was gonna be. I think she's gonna be Brian's long lost sister.
don't. You can't have her connect to someone that's not technically there. Don't do that.
Well, that's why.
I don't know.
Like, that's my nephew. I gotta save him.
You know who else? You know who I heard they're also bringing back is Scott Eastwood.
Davida?
No, Scott Eastwood. They're
What?
bringing back Scott Eastwood.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, what if
He was like an agent, wasn't
what
he?
if Brie Larson is
Yeah,
like Brie Larson is Jesse's like older sister or younger sister or something? Oh, Jesse, the guy that has like ADHD. This is your sister, Brie Larson. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Brie Larson, no. Brie Larson clearly is the sister of the Dominican dudes.
They're back too. Everybody's back. And then you got a little,
they are?
you got a little Han and Jason Statham duo thing going on.
Oh, yeah,
There's
that's
so
true.
much. Like the freaking trailer was like almost 6 minutes. I was like, there's so much
That
going
was
on.
right.
They pretty much showed the whole thing. So I'm kind of hyped. I'm still kind of hyped, because that's just part 1. There's another part to it,
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much going on, bro. There's so much going on. I know they're bringing back Shane Black and Bow Wow too. Like, what the fuck? There's too many people in this fucking movie. And then you got Alan Richson,
What?
a freaking Jack Reacher in this thing too. Jack Reacher's in this? What the fuck? There's so many people,
Dude,
bro.
Everyone is in this movie.
There's so many people in this movie. It's
like
crazy.
Joe Biden. He's like, hey.
Hey, we brought back Ja Rule. He's like finally like paid off his he finally paid off his fees from Firefest. He needs some money. We're gonna put him in this movie. He's not even getting paid. He's getting paid as a fucking craft service. He's making sandwiches with cheese in them.
Doing everything in the trailer. They're
They
like,
need to
Ja
bring
Rule's
back-
in the movie.
they need to bring
Well,
back
not in the
Jin.
movie. He's
Who?
working craft services.
Jin.
He has to make money for his
Oh,
Firefest
Jin. Yeah, what is
stuff.
Jin doing now? Yeah, they need to bring back Jin and freaking Devin
Oh,
Aoki.
I don't.
Yeah,
Jin.
he
I
was
remember he was rapping. And then he said he was doing something else. I think he was like gaming and fighting. But I don't know what happened.
But that's the MCU. We're just knocking out all the freaking universe. Got Power
Let's
Ranger
just keep
universe.
going, man.
We got MCU universe. Got DCU. We got freaking Fast and Furious. There's one that me and Kevin, I think even Daniel's a little excited about too. The new Mutant Mayhem Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe. Kevin, like, oh, he's eating pizza too. You motherfucker's eating pizza, bro.
Damn it!
I'm having pizza. I'm having pizza tonight, actually. Kevin, I don't know. Did I see it before you did, or you saw it? Did you see the toys?
Yeah, I saw the toys. I'm excited. Like,
It's
I
something.
need those toys. I don't like those. Look like they're from Playmates, and they look like they're actually.
They look like they're in the. They look like Playmates like packaging. Also, like it looks
Yeah.
very reminiscent of the. Remember they had the toys, and then they had like the little accessory set that's still within the little plastic. What do you call those things? So what the model sets come with? Little brackets that you have to like twist them out of. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks like from the original toys. Like they stopped doing that for a lot of like they already separated, and they're like in the plastics, like molded in. Now it's part of the bracket again.
Well, let's go down the list. We'll go left
Yeah,
from
let's pull
right.
it up.
So first off, one thing, I don't know the direction that they're going with this, but Splinter. What do you guys think about Splinter?
It's hipster Splinter, man.
At first, I was like, I wasn't feeling that at first because it felt like they were gonna go the way they did with Rise again. Like I enjoyed Rise, but it's like you said, Best Judger, like Splinter should be more Uncle Iroh than like just kind of a happy-go-lucky, doesn't watch his kids dad.
But yeah, we did have a conversation that
Yeah.
the setting of this. So like it could be set in the 2000s or the 2020s. So like maybe we're going the Hamato Yoshi route where he's that Splinter. Maybe.
Yeah, so like Daniel brought up the timing and the age. Like, so if they're teenagers now, they had to be born, like 2010, basically. So that like Splinter would probably be an adult, like in his 20s, around the 80s.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So he would be coming up with like the rise of hip hop. So you got Wu-Tang, Run DMC. You got like he's good. So he might be a very hip hop influenced like figure.
Oh shit. Oh, hold on.
That got me excited. And then knowing Seth Rogen, who's also a big fan of hip hop, I think that's definitely an influence that could be shared with Splinter, and I think that would be like I can't. We just came up with this like minutes ago, so I haven't like thought it out, but like the possibility of that is very exciting. So now I'm really into this design, Splinter.
Definitely. I mean,
now you know what? Now we found a place for RZA to do voiceover because GI Joe wasn't it.
what do you mean? What are you talking about?
On GI Joe, RZA was like the old Shaolin monk master.
Oh yeah, for Snake Eyes, yeah.
You were doing an amazing job. I am so glad that we are part of the Rashikage. And I was like, no.
I mean,
RZA and Seth Rogen were both in that Judd Apatow movie too.
Oh yeah.
Well, which one?
I don't know. I just remember RZA was talking about like, Autos is my lotto. Like,
oh, you know what? So they haven't released the voice cast yet. So maybe RZA is in there. We're probably gonna.
RZA is Splinter. RZA is Splinter. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I want.
Hashtag RZA for Splinter. That's what I want right now.
But going into we can connect it back to Power Rangers. They are releasing another story for Power Rangers versus TMNT. Kevin, how excited are you about this?
I mean, I've been reading up with it. It's cool that Casey's kind of going through like Tommy's Green Ranger arc.
Okay.
And that's why he has his powers. And but it's not quite the same. Like Tommy when they broke the Darksaber. Is that what it's called?
The Darksaber, yeah.
Yeah.
When they broke that, Tommy was released from the spell. So Casey's Power Extreme Ranger has a similar item. It's but it's his hockey stick. But in the last issue, they broke it, and he's like, this isn't a spell. I chose this.
Oh shit!
Oh what?
And then he punches Raph in the face, and it's like, oh.
Wait, time out.
Wait,
time out. Wait, they released the comics already?
Yeah, the issue 3 is about to come out, or it just came out.
What the fuck? I'm so behind. I am so behind.
Yeah.
Well, so you've been out of the country, man. So
that too. Yeah, you got caught up on Sentai.
Oh man, dude, Sentai is, I don't know, it's crazy over there. It's crazy over there. But explain. Okay, I haven't read it. Explain why the Rangers look like dinosaurs.
All right, so in the first event, the turtles got to become rangers,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
in this one, and I mean this one, they found a way to share their morphs with the turtles, so you see the rangers and the turtles morph together fighting and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. But in turn, how the mutant turtles became Power Rangers, the Power Rangers are going to become mutants, and Dan Mora, the artist. Really just he's been teasing stuff all year long and stuff, but
Right.
the latest one it's beautiful. Like the Power Rangers are mutating into teenage mutant ninja versions of their dinosaurs. So you got Tyrannosaurus, Triceratops, Mastodon, Saber-tooth tiger, Pterodactyl, Dragonzord. They're all
the Dragonzord, dude. You know what? Every one of them was dope for me, except for the Red Rangers.
Really?
What?
Really?
I'm not digging his head. I like everyone else's head and body. For him, I'm just not digging his head. I don't know.
That's interesting.
I see, because for the most part, his just seems like it's the head.
It's just the head.
Yeah.
Everyone else seems to
it just
embody. Well, I think with the T-Rex too, they kind of I think they gave him a tail. Like you can see the tail.
It looks like a tail. Yep.
But if they did anything more, he would have short arms. So it's.
I got a big head and little arms.
Triceratops! No! Yeah.
So I feel like they couldn't do more with him because of that.
Oh God!
You guys want to?
Oh, that would be so alarming to see, in real life. Triceratops!
You guys want to hear an argument or a comment that someone put on Twitter, complaining about quality assurance on the Power Ranger toys? They complained that they said, "Oh, well, if they'd stop making these crossover figures, maybe there'd be better quality in the regular lines." Bitch, the crossover figures are amazing. What the fuck? I love that they waste money on them.
Because they focused on that and not the others. I mean,
not the ones they wanted.
Yeah. The crossover line, they're blaming the Stranger Things and what's the other line? Street Fighter one. First off, the Stranger Things wasn't part of that wasn't Hasbro.
Yeah, that's all Playmates.
Yeah, that's Playmates. That's nothing to do with
Karate Kid, Stranger Things. That's all Playmates.
The Karate Kid, the Cobra Kai Karate Kid. I think that is Hasbro, but that's just a repaint.
Cobra Kai. Kai. Oh, because there's a Cobra Kai TMNT one too.
Yeah, the Karate Kid, the Cobra Kai one, that is Hasbro, but it's just a repaint. They're not wasting any money with that. They just did a head sculpt for freaking Ralph Macchio and Mary Mauser. That's it. That's literally it. You guys can stop complaining about that. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, honestly, the freaking crossover. I'll give you this. I'll give you this. The Ken and Cammy one, yeah, that was trash. Those are ugly as fuck. But
definitely
the TMNT crossover ones, amazing. Fucking amazing. It's great. It's great when Ninja Turtles crossover. I know Kevin gave me a freaking it was Batman and Ninja Turtles crossover one with Mikey and Alfred. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, they had that movie.
No, but they had figures?
Yeah, they had figures. Yeah. They're pretty cool. Yeah. But I don't know. People complain about that. I'm excited. I'm they're not going to complain. I'm excited for Mutant Power Rangers. That'd be sick.
I still need my Metalhead Megazord.
Ah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Metalhead.
The first one.
Yeah.
Metalhead combined with the Megazord.
Yeah.
And made a Turtle Megazord, and I need that.
Yeah. Honestly, I do want.
Also, I got a bitch in my house. I got that NFT Megazord thing.
Wait, you bought that?
Yeah, I bought it, but then they didn't tell you how to you had to redeem it twice. So you had to redeem it to get your NFT. Then you had to redeem your NFT, which got sent later than the first part. It's a second thing. You have to redeem it again to get the Megazord.
Wait, time out. Did you get the Megazord at least, the physical Megazord?
No, there's it's too late. You had to do it by a certain date.
Oh, wow.
And then I was what the fuck?
So you're saying Logan Paul was running it? It's an NFT.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
That was right there. That was right.
But yeah, I mean the comics. You also
So it has us fucking a lot. Like
what else? What else in the Eternal comics excites you, Kevin?
the Last Ronin.
The Last
So
Ronin.
the Last Ronin is continuing by like it's called the Lost Year. So there's the years between the death of
So we get to experience the deaths.
yeah.
Ah.
Well, no, the deaths are all experienced in the original comic. The Lost Years is everything after that, and then everything after that until the events of Last Ronin, and then also events after the.
You know
Last
what?
Ronin.
For the movies, instead of like rebooting the Ninja Turtle universe, why don't we just like do the Last Ronin? Like honestly, like just like where kind of like how they did with Spider-Man and Batman, where they don't do the origins. You just kind of like pick up. You kind of already know the story. Pick up later on in the years. You know when like shit's going down, or like when Shredder's gone, and there's a comic storyline where Raph took over as the Shredder or whatever. Like, just do random stories, you know, with the Turtles. I think that'd do really well. But who am I to say?
In the movies, like in like theater movies.
Yeah, it could be animated
do it
also. It could be animated also.
Animated would probably hit first, like, but I don't think Turtles have that kind of reach right now for like off stories to work.
Yeah.
Wait,
I was thinking like animated.
So I'm not well versed, I guess, in Last Ronin. I didn't know they had more like Turtle Kids.
All right, so the Last Ronin, like the original run, right? It's the story of the last Ninja Turtle, Mikey, and his his quest to avenge everyone. So it's like it's a dual storyline. So each issue shows the death of one of his brothers, and like
turtles, right?
Yeah, or Splinter, or Casey and stuff like that. And simultaneously, it's his story of his final battle to avenge them. In similar fashion, Lost Years is telling the story of after his brothers died, before his final mission, but also the continuation of April, her daughter, April and Casey's daughter, and 4 new mutated.
Yeah, I was like, where did those 4 new come from?
They were introduced or in like the very last panel of Last Ronin.
Did they tell us where they're coming from, or?
I think they just made them. Like
what?
Like they had the ooze, they had turtles, and they did it.
They just said, "Let's just do it."
Wait, who's they?
April and their daughter.
Ah, reincarnation.
That's kind of selfish.
Yeah, because Mikey ended up training April's daughter.
Yeah,
and April's daughter is also like part mutant, like because she's just been exposed to it so long.
Ooh. You know what? I'm excited. Like honestly, I didn't enjoy.
Like that.
I didn't enjoy the. It's not that I didn't enjoy. I didn't really give the Rise series a chance, but the movie was fun. I love the movie.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Rise was such a jarring
watch.
Because it came right at the heels of the 2012 one.
It did. I remember
it was too soon. It was too much too soon.
I remember talking to Greg Sipes. Like this is literally right when I joined hashtag. I interviewed him right as the 2012 one ended, and they were already talking about the Rise one. And Josh can't find that interview. It's the one time. It was like one of my first interviews. It's Greg Sipes.
Classic Josh.
It's one of my favorite interviews. Like Greg Sipes was like, yeah, he was a little aloof, but he's a great guy. And
he's awesome.
I had some good questions too, man. I prepared some really good questions. There's some Rise stuff, but yeah, I remember like being excited for Rise of TMNT, and then when the first episode came out. We watched, me and Daniel, Tony, me and her watched it. Tony's a huge Ninja Turtle fan. And we were like, what is this? Like, that first episode did not hit. Like, I'm sorry, it did not hit. Like, we were like, I think we watched it at the Comic Bug and we're just like, what the fuck was that?
It went from basically like Avatar level story to Animaniacs.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's yeah, it's jarring. Like it's a very different.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's
It
a
was
completely
hard.
different vibe.
It's hard to get into, especially coming off the heels of like how great 2012 was. Like 2012 was it appealed to new audiences and old audiences with their Easter eggs, and that's what I want Power Rangers to do. Like I want it to appeal to both, but like the Ranger fans, they want to keep it all to themselves. No, we don't want you people in this fan. I was like, you do know, like the bigger the franchise gets, the better it is for you. But okay, you guys can keep keeping and not accepting new things. But that's just me. I don't know. That's how I see it.
That's just well.
Ranger fandom sucks. I'm kidding.
Oh wow. Okay.
I think
the views of Jezreel, sorry, that's not necessarily the
views of Jezreel, just his own.
Those are mine. We used to put that at the start of Ranger Wrap Up too, bro. We used to.
I mean, I don't think it'd be a bad idea to put that
up. We did.
So I think like my thing, like I like have a little idea of the Ranger fan. I like the gatekeeping is weird. Like,
but you see it though.
Yeah, it's like for me, it's like my fandom is generally like my fandom is not attached to a fandom community. Like, if other people like it, that's great because that means I'm gonna get more stuff, from it. And like I like when fandoms or like stuff reaches out to more audience. Like, cause like picture we've had Batman for like 80 years, right?
Okay.
And then now like Batman's like there's always multiple versions. So we have. I think like Bruce Timm was the one who like told Kevin Conroy about it. Like Batman's gonna exist for multiple audience at the same time. So if the cartoon's dark, the movie's gonna be bright for everybody. So like Batman the animated series was pretty dark. Like it's good, it's serious. It's the one for like the more like long-term fans. Whereas the movies are bright and colorful and funny to bring in more people. And especially younger audiences.
Yeah.
So there's always a balance.
And then when it switched, when we got The Dark Knight from Christopher Nolan, that's again, it's a lot more appealing to more ardent or more like long-term fans who like followed it and like know that at the core like Batman's a broken person that's doing this stuff and like. But then you got Brave and the Bold, that's colorful, that's musical, that's wacky, that's bringing in new fans, and Ninja Turtles is starting to get to that point, I think. It's like Last Ronin is dark. It is meant for the people who picked up that first comic book. Like that's what Last Ronin is meant for. But at the same time, when you had that, like Last Ronin, all that, we had Rise of the TMNT, which was like straight up a kid show for the most part. Like it starts to turn into more of the serious show that like people wanted it to be, but like it wasn't. Coexisting with you have to have multiple versions to grow the property to grow, like, because it all takes money, and most of the time the money is going to be spent from the younger audiences.
That's true. I mean,
you're going to get a lot more base hits. You're going to get not like I want to say $5, but now nothing's $5. You're going to get a lot more $20 purchases from newer fans, where the old fans are saving up for that like $300 piece. So what would you rather have, $1,020 purchases or that one person spending $300?
Yeah.
Like,
it's I don't know. Yeah.
So I think Power Rangers needs to get that. Like it's kind of there with the comics. Like the comics are, I guess the mature version, and then the show gets to still be, the lighthearted and mass appeal.
I know the 30th anniversary they said that they're going to try to appeal to the adults, but is the Netflix show going to? You never know. Like, I don't know. They said because Catherine Sutherland said, "Oh yeah, the 30th anniversary is gonna have blood." I was like, "All right, cool. We'll see."
Really?
Yeah. I guess there's a picture. There's a picture of Billy, and he was like bloody. He had some blood on him, but we'll see.
That's cool. Like I think it needs that, or it needs to be able to grow, and I think a lot of these properties just need to be able to grow. Like, because like teenagers aren't teenagers very long, really.
Yeah.
Like,
really?
I mean?
Like, how many years is that? 13.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know why people like live in that era for so long in their heads, but that stuff ends quick.
It does. It goes way quickly.
and you like, and honestly, a lot of those times, like that version of yourself is not the best version of you. It should not be the best version of
It
you.
should
It
not be the
shouldn't
best
be.
version of you.
I mean, there
You
are some
know?
lucky people where like they're like really great people from the get go, but
Well, that's true. I mean, come on. I mean, Ant-Man's daughter. Look at
Yeah.
her. I mean, that's she's an activist.
Yeah,
Performative, but still
on the
an
nose, a
activist.
little bit on the nose, you guys.
yeah. But you know what I mean? It's like you're gonna have like Marvel and DC been doing it in their comics too. Like Marvel had like the Marvel Knights line for like the more serious comics.
Oh
that,
yeah.
you know, you have these darker, more edgier stories. You know, while they have their main line going on. Even now they have like the Marvel Kid universe going on.
Mhm.
You know, while they have their mainline stuff going on. It's like you need to have like you need to, you know, to keep the fandom going, to keep the properties going. You need new fans, and
Yeah, exactly.
you know.
So you
Sure,
think
I
you
mean,
think so like because you're very versed in like Ninja Turtles and Star Wars and MCU and DCU, what do the Power Ranger fans need to understand for them to get Power Rangers into that upper epsilon of fandoms or, you know, franchises?
They need it needs deeper storytelling, like more non-kid shows. So like it needs to go like Voltron, like the Netflix Voltron.
Voltron was great. I want
Like,
to
because
rewatch
right now
that
it's
shit.
formulaic. It's I fight the bad guy, beat him once, grow, Zords, fight again. You know, with little story spatterings here and there. Whereas like that used to be, and the first Voltron was like that. You know, like oh we fight a bad guy, let's get in Voltron, we'll fight him again.
That's
Like,
a good point. That is a very good point.
but
And
then the new Voltron came out, and it's like oh you saw Voltron once every 5 episodes.
yeah,
You saw the characters develop. You saw them, like, and it made like it gives people a lot better reason to attach to the non-leader. Like
that's a very good point.
you know, it's like now you start to say like oh, and then you can see why like some characters would go off, end up leading their own team later on and
Yeah.
stuff like that, or
To-
like would become the Zordon later on or something
Yeah.
like that.
To that point though, like that's why I think that Power Rangers needs to move away from the formula that they got now. Because if you're changing the suits every season with different suits and different Sentais, like there's no way to grow with these characters if you're changing them up every single time, changing the cast every single time. Like it's
Yeah.
like there's no way with the formula that they have now. There's no way to have character development like that.
The only way you're ever doing that, and if you're not looking for character development except for when it's happening within that season, would literally have to say from now on, Power Rangers is indeed an anthology. So every season, it's a different story about different Rangers. Sometimes they're not connective tissue. The only connective tissue is that they are Power Rangers. They're connected to the morphing grid.
But
we'll you can jump around in time from then on.
Yeah, but we're living in a universe or fandoms where they want that connective tissue, right? Like MCU thrives on it. The reason why DCEU failed is because they didn't have that. Like people want.
It's because Clark didn't save his dad from a stupid ass tornado. That's why the whole thing failed.
Hey, that's Zack Snyder, man. Zack Snyder.
That's why the whole thing
His reasoning behind let's
If
oh
Kevin
man,
doesn't find a way to bring this up,
yeah. I mean, like Zack Snyder's like, oh, I can't have Jonathan Kent just die of a regular heart attack. That's too like that's not Greek mythology. That doesn't happen. I need him to die like epically. Let's have a tornado.
let's have a tornado kill his dad.
Let's have a tornado kill his dad.
Like they live in tornado country. He's gonna be 50 years old and not know what to do to survive a tornado. I'm like, nah.
No, Kevin hates that. Kevin hates that what they did with Superman. He was a decent Superman going later on, but yeah, I don't know. Well,
Like that's a whole different show.
that's a whole different story.
But yeah, like Power Rangers needs to be able to grow. Like I think that's why like MMPR like has the staying power it does so long too, because everyone got to get attached to it. Like
yeah,
like you know, it's like and everyone still bought the toys. You know what they did? Like kept the suits. They started making flippy versions. They made different size versions. They
yeah,
like, and then what they did change was the Megazords.
Yeah.
Like that's all you really need to change is the Megazords.
I mean, I think that's what they're trying to do with Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury is like, oh, let's just change the Megazords and like make the suits a little bit different because we still need to sell toys. They're trying to do that. I just don't think they're gonna do that after Dino Fury. I think they're going.
I think they will, but they're just gonna be like, well, we'll make our toys now.
Yeah, our Zords.
We'll be able,
they need
like literally when they design the Zord itself, they'll think in mind merchandising. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that doesn't. How will we be able to build a toy that has that kind of? No, okay, take that part off. We'll do this. We'll do that. You know, they'll completely build the whole show around what they're able to merchandise, like that's how Hasbro started with I mean Transformers and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, go back to basics with that. You can still make a good show.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are a little worried because like Power Rangers, they had that earnings meeting, and like Power Rangers, because of like all the changes that they're doing, Hasbro lost a lot of money, and there is some conversations that we're gonna lean into the things that make money for us, which is I guess like Transformers and My Little Pony and other things.
Yeah.
And that has put a little bit of concern for Power Ranger fans. And to them, I say, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. They're like, fuck, we've been discussing this for years and years, and you guys just didn't want to believe it. And now that it's like being said straight up, like now you guys are concerned. Motherfuckers, I've been telling you this for years, and you guys keep giving me shit. It's the same shit I've been saying. Now they're saying it. You wanted to wait for that confirmation. You got that confirmation now, you morons, you fucking idiots. Like, read through the fucking lines,
this
bro.
is where that disclaimer pops up.
Yeah.
This is where that disclaimer pops
Read,
up.
read.
Strictly his own.
Literally, if I could play the audio along that whole clip from freaking Get Out where the dude runs and you do like that, that's literally what you did. You're like, yeah, and then to all those fans, I mean, that has to be tough because you're able to do that. And I just say to them, like, you know, I'm fucking bad. What do you want me to do? I'm better than you. I'm better pizza, better greetings, better blah, 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 bitches, better my house. Like, he just went in on them. I was like, God damn.
No, it just like, it makes me smile. It makes me smile. It just like, the irony, bro. Like, the irony of all of this is like, now you're seeing it. Yeah, okay, they're losing money on like packaging. They're losing money on this. They're losing money like trying to change things. Yeah, I'm telling you.
And it's all because they were trying to cater to the gatekeepers.
Yes. You know what? And to that I say, you know what? Gatekeepers, you are the downfall. You're the reason this franchise isn't growing. And you know what?
It is true because the gatekeepers want to keep it stagnant, so it's what they remember and what they'll always enjoy.
You got new fans like, oh, that looks pretty cool. Can you tell me about Power Rangers? Like, no, get out of here. Go back where you came from. This is ours, not for you. Get out.
Go back to Marvel.
Go back to Marvel. Go back to DC.
Cool.
Go back to Harry Potter. You know, one thing that I'm seeing on Twitter, like that, I'm like kind of surprised on. Like, I feel the same way, but I'm kind of surprised at the reception is like when HBO and Warner Brothers said, oh, we're going to make more Hobbit and Lord of the Rings movies. And everyone's like, no, get the fuck out. Stop. Leave it. Like you'd think as a Lord of the Rings fan and Hobbit fan, you'd want more of that stuff. No, like, no, get the fuck out. Get out of here. Get the fuck out. That's kind of like the Power Ranger fans. They're like, oh, we're gonna make a whole new universe. It's going to be cool. No. Stop this. Get out. We don't want new fans. We want it just to be us. And it's an exclusive club of morons. You know. You're not moronic enough. I'm only just kidding a little bit.
I'm only kidding slightly.
I know, like, especially if you came here for a Ranger show, you may have got thrown off by the other stuff, by the other things, other universes that we talked about. But it was all to put everything into perspective.
I know successful franchises are foreign to you.
Yeah,
So.
it's all to put things into perspective, and I think that's something that we want to do from now on. Is like get you out of your little box and expand your window to what's going on and what's working with other franchises and other like fandoms.
So is the big part of like the Ranger fandom just Ranger fans only? Like
there's a good portion of them that are, yeah. There's a good portion that's all they know. Like they don't know anything outside of that. They don't really. Oh, I don't follow sports. I don't follow MCU. I don't follow DCU. I don't follow like Star Wars. Like they don't really know that stuff. They don't know. All they know, the only thing that exists in their world is sometimes is just Power Rangers and
Power Rangers and maybe some anime.
yeah. So when you come into it with a perspective that's different than that, you're met with a little bit of resistance. Yeah, that's something you're gonna learn pretty early on.
So my Twitter is at FENIXDY. I would like to see what they had to say, because like I'm just like, bro, like change the channel, like. What the hell?
Because he's
like that
Daniel,
for no
because
reason.
he's seeing it now. Like for you, Kevin, you're probably like looking at me like, Desert, why are you so aggro right now? What's going on? And like, nah, we've been stuck. It's like me and Daniel been stuck in the quantum realm for years and years and years, and we're like stuck with these morons. These freaking quantum
bulb
realm
heads.
people. Like, yeah,
And guys who have no holes. I don't know.
We're stuck in the quantum realm for many years, so I have become a little jaded and angry. I mean, that's just how it is. And then you're like Ant-Man coming in here, like, oh, this place is cool. Drink the freaking red ooze,
Drink the ooze.
drink the ooze. Drink the ooze. It's all fun and games here down here. It's like, oh no, there's Kang. We hide from Kang. Yeah, we know Janet. We know Janet. That's kind of what it is. That's why. So like whenever we put out,
yeah, don't worry about him. He's good.
Whenever we put out Ranger news, it's like, oh, Kang the Conqueror, Kang the Conqueror. But
like, did you not see the technology Kang brought? What
he made some crazy shit. Maybe
now
if you
I'm defending Kang.
maybe you jump on board. He took listen, and this could work for a lot of people. Like he saw something as abnormal and useless as Darren and turned him into a machine only designed for killing. So like if he could do that, I mean, he could take those light bulb heads and put them to work, like they're just not embracing it. You're not embracing it. So like you guys are, some of the Ranger fans aren't embracing like, oh, this change could be good. Maybe it's not all bad. We're over here like.
So we're Kang now.
Hey, you know what? Kang didn't really have too many bad ideas.
Listen, Kang was just a little angry because he was stuck and he got screwed over by himself. Like that. I mean, it's
ultimately,
understandable.
he backed himself into his dude. Kang was killed like Nicolas Cage was. The bees. No, it's now the ants. The ants. I mean, this guy could do almost anything, and ants backed him into a corner, and once again, faulty technology.
Yeah, but I mean that's why we are the way that's why we're like Janet. We're like kind of like paranoid and annoyed by shit. Is because the Ranger fans in Quantumania really fucked us up.
Yeah, they showed up. We were taking care of stuff. They showed up and they came mess up everything.
Like I'm just trying to think of like what like just my experience with Power Rangers. Like I was there day one. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I had to change the channel. Like there's
yeah.
Like I got to watch SWAT Cats. I got to watch Street Sharks. I got to watch Biker Mice from Mars.
Bro, there like I'll send you links. There's some people on like Ranger groups that are still over analyzing like the first 3 seasons of Power Rangers. Like, did you guys notice this? Like, yeah, we noticed this. It's been like 30 years. Like, get over it, bro.
What's it called? John Oliver. The guy who wrote the story Bible for the original MMPR, that was my voice coach. Like, yeah, like it's not that serious. Like they were on a.
It is not that serious. It's not
they
that
were
serious.
on a warpath to churn episodes. They were making it for 5 days a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, if you're releasing 5 episodes a week, there's no method to the madness. It's not like it's not like some masterpiece that you think it is. It's not. I mean, it's nostalgia driven for sure, but
it comes together later once they got to like once they went to once a week, they were able to bring it in. That's why they were able to like to start tightening up the story and like. But before that, it was, it was an after school special every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like it, yeah, like.
And so you're telling me this thing that worked in the 90s because it was so big in the 90s, you're saying that's going to work in the 2020s? No, man, it's not working. It's not working. Like,
What are you talking about, man? That 80s, that 90s show is working pretty well, man.
It actually did work pretty well.
I mean,
But again, the characters grew up.
yeah, the characters grew up.
Okay, fine. Okay, oh, look at you. Circular logic, whatever. Yeah, okay, fine.
But yeah, so
Linear.
Kevin, like the
Time.
more you're exposed to the fandom and the franchise, I think the more you'll understand where we're coming from with this. Like, we just
I mean, I saw the hate for sure, like especially all hentai programming disrupting his stuff for just to yell at us. Like,
I
but-
love
He was
like
like,
rent. I love renting. I
Like
love
the
renting
angry
new
Kermit.
houses. I love renting new places and some of these fan sets because like a new place every time is fun to occupy.
bro, I want to gentrify this community. Like,
Yo,
Whoa.
bro,
that would be hard.
let me give you some like new content. Like,
Well,
let us
that
give you a Phantom Ranger saga.
oh
Dude, like
Let us
literally,
give you the origin of Ninjor. Let us
Oh
like,
yes.
I think they
Yes.
tried many times. Yeah.
like, bro, like, man, like,
Oh
there's,
my
more
God.
Hyperforce or something. Like there's new, like, you can do so much with it.
Yep.
Like, and
There's
all
so
your
much
stuff
that hasn't been
doesn't go
touched, and
anywhere.
you guys are
Like,
afraid to do it.
And
all
you-
your stuff doesn't go anywhere. Like, nothing changes about what you like. You just have the option of more. Like, and it's an option. You don't have to take it.
Yeah, it's
It
the,
doesn't-
the way I see it. The way I see it, like with the new rebooted universe, like it doesn't erase the Silver Age or like when New 52 came out for DC, it didn't erase what happened before. It still existed. It just
And even if it, my thing is, even if it does, those stories still exist. You can purchase, read, and watch, and look, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
We're just telling new stories now, man.
yeah, we're just telling a new story.
Huh.
But
I mean, Jay Garrett still exists, like you said. I mean, there you go. That's your silver, golden age, whatever. I don't know, whatever the F. But now we have this one, and it's like, yeah, we're really happy with Barry. Like, great. I don't get why Power Rangers is the one fandom that it's like when the company's like, all right, we're just gonna move in a new direction. Some fan walks in the boardroom, and I'm like, okay, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. I'm like, what happened? I don't understand why that keeps happening.
the thing is, the actual company needs to not give it like at some point they don't need to care what the fandom does because they're not paying. They're not like putting money in that company's pockets. They're not.
The actual fandom,
Yeah.
no,
They're not. They're, why are you letting them run things? Like that's stupid. That's so dumb.
The
Yeah.
actual fandom is kind of cheap, so they're not buying all stuff. So
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just
that's super weird. Like, it's weird as hell to me. Like,
This
bro,
this is coming from like he's a Power Ranger fan, but he's not like he wasn't integrated into the Power
like
Ranger
I have
fandom.
every
does.
expansion of the Renegade board game. I have 12 putty figures, 12 Z putty figures, 12 Tango
See?
figures,
Yeah, see?
12 Cog figures.
see,
Like, not including like
literally
I
doing
like the
army
I
building.
like yeah, like I like the fact I have all of the Street Fighter crossovers. Like I have I have the Legacy Collection Ultra Megazord. Like
Jeez.
Wait, you have
I love-
Titanus?
yeah,
Oh, damn.
not Titanus, Dragonzord, and
See?
Dinosaurs.
He's not a fake
I-
fan. Like he's one of you, y'all.
Like I'm pretty caught up on the comics.
Yeah,
like,
he's one of you. Yet
Oh yeah.
he's not
Yeah.
ignorant to the idea of new things being successful.
But yeah, if I have old Johnny Hentai coming at me, like, bro, like, is my
He knows
liking?
who he is, dude.
Yeah,
That's
like,
not his name.
I hope he watches this. Like, yeah,
I
at me,
swear,
bro.
he's
Like,
gonna be like, "Oh God,
like,
Twitter does that."
let me cleanse your timeline from all the tentacles. Like,
Tentacles.
it's like, why would you not want more? Like,
I
I
don't
need
know.
my Metalhead Megazord. Like,
yeah.
That's
You know,
new.
hey, you know what? Metalhead in general, like if I ever were to get back into like making cosplays, I kind of want to make a Metalhead cosplay. I think that.
from which version though?
Ooh, I kind of want
Ooh.
the 80s cartoon version.
That one.
Yeah, because
I think that would be easiest too because it has the hardest angles. Like it's like
Yeah.
everything's box.
yeah,
Box.
yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Imagine, I
dope
don't see a lot of metalhead costumes. Like,
Nah.
not really. No,
No.
yeah.
Which I don't understand why we don't.
I don't know.
Like, how cosplaying wise, that makes a lot of sense,
hmm
and I don't know why you wouldn't do it.
I don't know.
There's
I don't
so
know
much
either.
work that can be done. I don't know.
Anyways,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, I think that's a good like stopping point. I don't like. We definitely want to hear you guys' take on this format. Yeah, it's just I feel like it's a good way to expose Ranger fans to other fandoms and put into perspective as far as like what's going on, and maybe it not so much our viewers because we kind of have them on board and they're cool with it, but for like other people that come across it, like
I think
yeah,
it'd be a good because Power Rangers has a lot of things that like I feel a lot of people got into Power Rangers because they fell into it right after Ninja Turtles because like Ninja Turtles had like a botched TV deal, so everyone like and then Power Rangers came in swinging like
Yeah.
they came in. So Ninja Turtles was not telling people when they moved the show to, and Power Rangers came in every day.
Yep.
So it's like, it's like I can't find Ninja Turtles anymore, but there's this new show that's going on.
Yeah, Power Rangers showed up with like BDE. They were just like, "Yep, it's over my shoulder. How you guys doing?" People were like, "Yes." They were like, "All right, here it goes."
Like there's a lot of good
like,
things
trust
about
me,
Power Rangers.
it's very substantial. It's just in a shell. But wait, and they're like, "Nope, I'm sorry."
And we're not gonna tell you what pops out of the show.
Exactly. Oh, you're gonna know.
Yeah, like that's what happened with that's what sucked about the Ninja Turtles. They did that twice. They did that to them twice. Like, so they did that with the original cartoon, and then did it with Next Mutation. Like it was a new Friday show. No, now it's a Saturday morning show. No, now it's gonna be on Mondays for some reason. Like,
oh man,
that's what. So you couldn't keep up with the Ninja Turtles. And then Power Rangers, like that's what you had Power Rangers. It was like, oh, right after you get out of school, we have a new episode for you every day of the week, and then we're gonna play replays on Saturday. Like,
wow,
it's great. They like as much as people hate Saban, that dude is actually kind of a genius. Honestly,
he has a theater named after him now.
yeah,
yeah.
He's kind of a genius. I mean, he took something, adapted it, and made it for super cheap. But honestly, that format doesn't work anymore. We need original programming now. So
yeah, man.
I mean, I feel like it could still, like, it's not gonna grow. That's the thing. Like, you're gonna, it still works, but it's at the same time, it's like it's not enough anymore. It's
you say it works, but it's not like it working means that you're still able to bring in new people.
In that sense, it's not working. It's not working.
It's not working. And Hasbro knows this.
Yeah, it's like it's formulaic. Like I think that's why like some shows do better with like 10-episode seasons because they're not hitting the formulas that like a lot of shows that we grew up with. Like you have to hit certain episodes, you have to do so many things so many times because you have 20, 22, 24 episodes to do. But when you only have 10, you could tell just what you want to tell.
Yeah,
sure.
And I think like Power Rangers, I think I actually experienced it with Dino Fury. Like, they're shorter seasons, but you got like a better story out of it.
Yeah, and then the Cosmic Fury is going to be 10 episodes. 10 10 20-minute episodes. They're going to hit hard. They're going to be like Fast and Furious shit. Like you're going to have like think that you have ADD going like, trying to follow these storylines. It's going to be crazy.
If you binge it.
Yeah.
You think they're going to release it in 2 parts, or is it going to be all 10 at once?
I think all together. They're gonna release the once and always episode on Netflix. I think that's 2 episodes, 40 minutes each. I think, and then
nice.
And then
that's like a movie.
Yeah, and then right after that, probably a few weeks after that, it's gonna be Cosmic Fury, and then after
so
that,
like April, May, right?
Yeah, and then after that, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? But
I feel like we might get a Comic-Con announcement.
Yeah,
then.
but who will know, even though you guys don't want us to know. Is us. We're gonna know. We're gonna tell you.
Oh, we'll know.
We'll know.
Yeah, sure.
And we're coming out of the coming out of the Quantum Mania, guns ablazing. We're like, dude. When those episodes come out on Netflix,
I know you. I know you got your list.
Oh, bro.
Oh,
Daniel knows. We've had.
Oh, man.
I told you episodes every once in a while. Yeah, it's the best.
Trust me.
It's the best. Like
I want to take these names and just like put them up on the episodes. Like, oh, you were wrong.
we did
You were
that.
wrong.
Oh
Dan-
yeah, yeah.
Dan-
we
Dan-
did
we've
that.
done
We did
that. Dan- like
we wanted to do it. I wanted to have it where it was like, and now just for a moment, we want to make sure we acknowledge everyone who owes us an apology, and then have a list of names just running. That's what I wanted. We're just like that.
it'll be like at the
And
end
then
of
we're-
every Walking Dead
thank you.
episode, the people that died. Like
Yeah. Or it was in the arms of an angel.
it's just a list of their time.
Little
but-
Twitter handles.
But I can't do that because freaking Twitter says, "Oh, Jezzer, you're so unprofessional." I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Like,
I don't give a fuck.
it's Twitter. Like,
Yeah, it is Twitter, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
It's
See,
like
the thing is,
literally
Heather,
run by
I
an
think-
unprofessional
I
person.
think you were verified at an early age, my friend. I think that was the issue. And now the thing
I know
is,
Jezza has a
you,
legit verified account.
Oh,
It's
that
not
is
just,
true.
Like, no, but everybody's just gonna think that I paid for it. I didn't pay for it, y'all.
exactly, yeah.
like, you're
You
verified
gotta
before
start
Joe.
putting
How'd you-
verified before it was cool or whatever, something. I don't know. Verified before, no, like I didn't cross with. I'm not a paper cross or whatever. I don't know.
Maybe I
Like
think
in
it's
France,
I
some
think it's
people cross the
disappearing. I
paper.
think it's disappearing though. So I'm like taking advantage of it as I can because I know freaking Elon Musk is taking it away.
Say something very controversial, and then
all
just
the
log off.
verifications on Twitter, all the like social media verifications seem to be like pointless.
Yeah,
So,
it's pointless now.
Yeah.
Like, Facebook and Instagram are gonna take make you pay for it too, and then I think TikTok's the only one that doesn't.
Yeah. Well, TikTok
Yeah.
they have some weird thing.
That's because that's like a spy device
Yeah.
or something.
Mm.
It's one of
whatever
those
conspiracy
white balloons.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a TikTok balloon up there.
I'm just saying it's a Chinese balloon. It was like right around the time of Lunar New Year. Like, how do we know that
Yeah.
wasn't like just people celebrating and that was someone's
What did you
wish?
say before?
They're
You said,
still
how do we
looking
know
for the
it wasn't,
parts.
like people from the future, and that's what it was doing. It was collecting data to bring back to them, so they can figure out how to save the world.
And we shot it down.
And it was on Lunar New Year.
Dude, when I was in Japan, like I was watching, like they had some American news. I was like, what the fuck is going on in America? What are these white? Why is no one shooting out these white balloons? Like, what? Why are they just looking at them for? And then you had like trains getting derailed and shit. Like, what the fuck is going on,
Justin,
bro?
when you came back, you were like, "My God, I can't even leave this country for a minute." Like, everything was wrong. We were like,
Crazy,
"Oh my
bro.
God, this whole city is toxic now because the train derails."
It's
Oh,
acid
dude,
rain.
watch out for your spy balloons! Like you're like, "What the fuck?"
It's
Forgot
fucking
about
crazy.
the Ohio. God, Ohio. Man.
But they said that
Dude,
wasn't
right?
the only one. Like they said, like a few weeks ago, there it happened before. But yeah, this fucking crazy, bro. It's fucking crazy. And then meanwhile in Japan, everybody's just fucking chilling. Like,
Hey, how you doing? Hey, COVID's actually disappearing. I know, right? That's
Hey,
crazy.
you dropped your wallet. I
crazy.
took nothing out of it. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
right?
they're so nice. It is crazy. And then like
Just
you don't have to tip anybody. Food is fucking cheap. It's like, Brett, I feel like I'm stealing food from you right now.
Right now, man.
Fucking
It's all good.
crazy.
It's all good, bro.
It's crazy. I came back and everything's like a shit show. But whatever. All right, you guys. Thank you.
And then we drop all the Power Ranger news, and you just get yelled at on Twitter.
Hey man, like like you. It sounds like a bad thing, but like honestly, I'm getting a lot of joy. I fucking love this shit. I love it, and like this is good.
God.
This is good. But when the actual confirmations come out, it's even better. I'm over here bookmarking all these tweets for later.
I think we do need to. We do need. The,
I'm bookmarking a ton
the
of shit.
scroll. The scroll of Twitter. You just, like,
Just combined it
Oh.
in a thing.
Yeah,
like
it's just
it's fucking
oh my
funny.
God.
I mean,
If you attack us and we happen to be right, we should reserve the right to be able to like change your Twitter name or something. Just,
just like we should just start betting. Like, all right, what yeah, like you have to change your Twitter name for a week when it gets confirmed.
for a
right?
week. For a week.
Dude, when
To never question the Illuminerdi again.
Again, yeah, like, and then we'll always do it by like number 1, number 2, number 3. So like, never question Illuminerdi again. 45, like everyone's going. That would be perfect.
Like, if we're wrong, we'll
we'll
do
change our
something.
name. Yeah, we'll do something special.
We'll change our social media name for a month. A week,
It doesn't matter.
A week.
It doesn't. We don't care.
Blah 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 was right. Whatever.
All right, Kevin, where can everyone find you on social media, bud?
You could find me at Phoenix Nest, plural, FENIX, on everything. But my personal Twitter is PhoenixDY.
Awesome. Daniel Jerome.
Well, I am Battlestar Galactica everywhere except for Twitter because it's too long. And Twitter is BSG, exactly. BSG Ablactica. So that's how you find it.
You can find me everywhere on social media at Jezzerzeus. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely leave your comments if you like hearing others.
Yeah, Johnny Hentai, go ahead and at me.
Johnny Hentai.
But don't at me with your regularly scheduled programming. Just Power Ranger stuff. Don't dirty my timeline.
Right? Yeah, please.
Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up to date with everything trending in geek pop culture.